Good morning. Let's do this. Kotter and Marshall Show. Hop on that stream, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe while you're there. Join the horde. Watch the show each and every morning. As always, you can listen, download the app for free. Get us on your in-home smart speaker. Check us out at rock1061.com. Marshall, what's going on?
Good morning, man. That voice. Ooh. You were fine once again. It was like your voice seemed kind of fine before the show while we were just talking, and then the moment the show turns on, maybe you just got like a show voice, and that show voice is screwed up right now.
It is. I don't know. It is gone out to lunch and said, F you, I may never come back.
Yeah, got a McChicken, and it died.
I was just like my dad, went out for cigarettes, and it's like, peace, never coming back.
Do you think your voice will ever come back?
No, I don't.
Do you think your voice ever loved me?
Gonna follow in my father's footsteps. So I didn't nap yesterday. So today should be fun.
Condolences to your sleep schedule.
It's like, so I've had issues with my garbage disposal.
And it's keeping you up?
No. I feel it's above my ability to swap out.
Probably.
I don't know.
Probably.
I put in the sink and faucet and all that stuff, but I'm just like, I don't know about putting in a new garbage disposal.
Okay.
So I had a guy come over yesterday. I was like, hey, I'm here from this time to this time. So I had to stay awake because I didn't know when he was showing up.
Mm-hmm.
So I am napless. So if I just randomly fall asleep during Are You Smarter Than Community College Dropout?
Cool.
Just throw something at me.
All right.
It'll be fine. Coming up on the show today, we're going to talk fantasy football. We've got the first 6 people in the Kotter and Marshall League. We'll tell you who's in. We are going to play Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout? Jeffe is picking new music. It's between Dead or Dead Sarah.
Interesting.
A lot of death today.
Yeah, obviously.
We'll get to Quizzed in the Face. Take your calls. This blew up on the Rock 1061 Facebook page. What has been stolen from you at work? Over 200 responses.
Oh, my God.
Lots of thieves in people's places of business. And, of course, we'll kick off the show next about last night. Fort Stewart and Hunter, if you're a service member there, we've got bad news. Wireless charging rooms, are those coming? And Seinfeld's got a brand new streaming home. We'll tell you where that is next. Here's Evanescence and Better Without You. Kotter and Marshall Show, Rock 1061.
Good morning, Wanda, Charles, Holly, Heather. Happy frickin' birthday.
Hey, happy birthday.
Beautiful soul, you. 41 years old. Damn, it looks good on you. Charles says, with a voice issue, I think Kotter is setting up a workers' comp claim for some paid time off in rehab.
Can I do that?
Yeah, when's your next day off, actually?
Can I do that?
It's coming up soon.
2
weeks?
A couple weeks on a Friday, flying to Arkansas for Family Day.
Yeah, there you go. That's his paid time off.
Yeah, and then I'll be off for like 4 or 5 days the second weekend of October. Can't wait for that.
So I actually am thinking about putting out a workman's comp claim.
On?
Dick Broadcasting.
Well, no, okay.
For my elbow. So every morning, my arms are outstretched towards this desk.
Sure.
You know, I have I got my laptop in front of me.
Right.
And then I have a keyboard to my right. And then I have all of the mouses, plural, to my right as well. Well, my arm is generally extended the entire show. So it's like this.
Right.
So I've noticed that I'm actually having like some pain here. And then I realized yesterday when I was adjusting myself and moving all over and working, I think the cause of it is actually the placement of everything, and I can't change the placement. So I think I'm going to sue our company.
Okay.
So yesterday I
Good luck with that?
Yeah, because for workman's comp. And then take a bunch of time off because my elbow hurts, which would be awesome. Why aren't you on the show anymore? Well, my elbow hurts. I don't think that's supposed to matter.
I got show elbow, guys. Sorry.
The show elbow. So I actually have been, yesterday I put my elbow down on my right leg a lot, and it helped a little bit.
Okay.
Some of the pain, because if I extended it, like, I don't know, when I sleep, I like to extend my arms sometimes, or like extend them over the bed or something.
Yeah.
Like it was hurting. Now, not so much, but I'm pretty much a doctor is what I'm trying to say. I figured out how to cure my own condition.
Good for you. I'm very happy.
It's tough. Figured that one out.
All right, we got just over a minute. Going to hop into about last night. Story number 1. Seinfeld's got a new streaming home as of October 1st.
Mm-hmm. Jess, good morning. How are you?
Dang, Stream's filling up quick this morning. Good morning, all.
So Jess and I actually, I think we met. Jess? Did we officially meet for the first time at the Pop Evil show? I don't think we've met before. I don't know. I've got a terrible memory. So Jess was talking to me, and there's apparently like this awesome Halloween show going down at the Wormhole.
Okay.
Because I think we're both quite large Halloween fans. It's called Wormstock, and it's got like 5 local bands.
Love it.
Happening on Saturday, October 30th. So we may have to dive into that a little bit more because I think that could be pretty cool.
I like that. All right, guys, got about 15. Be right back. Netflix. Forgot to push a button there.
Buttons are hard, bro.
Buttons are hard. I told you. Didn't nap.
Hey.
Never know what's going to happen.
I know.
It's going to be a wild show today, guys.
Geez, I just want it to be over already.
No, you're going to be here for 5 hours.
Long.
We're doing the extended show today.
Extended show? Yep, this is the extended version? Is this a director's cut of our show?
This is with commentary.
Yeah. But we are the directors.
Yeah, we are.
We are the comment.
I know.
So it's just
the show.
But it's just an hour longer.
It just sounds cooler.
I'm leaving.
Story number 1 about last night. So Netflix, it lost Friends. It lost The Office.
Mm-hmm.
So they decided to drop $500 million on one of the most popular TV shows from the 90s, probably one of the most popular TV shows ever. That is Seinfeld. So Seinfeld's new streaming home will be Netflix as of October 1st. All 180 episodes going to be right there on the streaming platform.
Well, $500 million is just a drop in the bucket for Netflix.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
They make that in like 30 seconds every single day. So not a huge issue at all. Now that I think about it, though, I've never watched Friends, but I've rewatched The Office like 4 times.
Right.
I think I was just talking about this just yesterday with someone. I have never gone back and watched Seinfeld. I would be cool with that. I'm kind of excited that Seinfeld's coming to Netflix.
I see. That was something I wanted to bring up because I was wondering where you put that, in kind of some of the realms of TV shows from the last 20, 30 years, because it's like, yeah, people go back and watch The Office. People go back and watch Friends. I mean, Seinfeld's been on Hulu. It's not like it hasn't been streaming, but it's not one I hear a lot of people going back to unless you were a diehard Seinfeld fan. Now, if you look at all the shows, I'm not saying Friends doesn't seem dated in certain situations.
Yeah.
It does. Seinfeld really feels dated when I've gone back and watched episodes.
Yeah, and I grew up with this show. Like, I remember watching it on, like, the 13-inch television that we put in our kitchen so we could, watch TV and not actually talk to each other at the kitchen table. My family was, even then, they're fairly modern. So, yeah, I mean, they started in July of 1989. So I know there's probably a bunch of Seinfeld episodes I've never seen.
Oh, yeah, totally. But is it as popular now as it was then? Because then it was the biggest thing, especially toward the end of its run. It was the biggest thing on TV. But does it have the shelf life like something like The Office or Friends does?
Probably not, but I mean, not saying that it can. I mean, we've seen some shows just kind of blow up because of, the streaming age and becoming more of a thing. I mean, take a look at a show like Manifest. Manifest ran 3 seasons on ABC, then they canceled it because the ratings sucked. But it became such a thing on Netflix. They just renewed it for like 20 more episodes for one more final season on Netflix because it was so huge. So Seinfeld could see a little bit of a renaissance when it comes to coming to Netflix because the platform has so many more users than Hulu. Like,
that's true.
I'm not gonna lie, I've never subscribed to Hulu.
Yeah.
Like, I think I tried a free trial once. I never used it again. Like, I never cared for Hulu, but Netflix I've had since the beginning.
Yeah, I wouldn't go to Hulu specifically for Seinfeld, but since I have Netflix, I'll watch Seinfeld.
Yeah, you will.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, coming up next, could charging or wireless charging rooms be coming? Well, the University of Michigan says yes. Got that story up next. Kotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
Morning, Gibby. Let's see.
Morning, Gibby.
Jess, I'm glad you agree with me. Well, how about this? Let's both agree that's the first time we met.
That's funny.
Jess said yes, no, maybe. My mind is shit. Jess and I were trying to come up with ideas on how she could take a nap at her job.
Oh.
So
what do you do for a living? What does she do for a living?
She's like a, I don't know what she said, civil servant or something to the effect of that. Anyway, she has like a desk job, or it sounds like she could just go out into the field.
Right. Oh.
So I'm like, she's got the perfect job to go take a nap.
Yeah, if you're allowed to go out and do things, I mean, I think you're good. Or you just pull a Costanza, speaking of Seinfeld. Sleep under your desk.
I actually referenced that. So Wanda's vacation starts today.
Yeah, bring it on, Wanda. Do it.
Good luck, Wanda.
Have fun.
No kids. St. Augustine. Getting weird. Tell the Gators I said hi if you go see them. So I'm quizzing you in the face today.
Yes.
And let me pop this up so I have it in front of me. Quiz in the face, it took me 5 seconds to find the subject.
Okay.
Because, I had an idea first, and then I was like, you know what? No, that's not going to work. I go, what's really going on in this world that would make sense? So today's quiz in the face is about Labor Day.
All right,
So
I like that.
Labor Day is a celebration of the American workforce, but internationally, Kotter, there is a similar holiday known as May Day, celebrated in many countries, Europe, South America. So today's quiz in the face, you're just going to let me know. Today's quiz in the face, you're just going to let me know if this is a common May Day tradition or something I just made up.
Okay, so May Day in other countries is a celebrate Workers' Day.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah. So America, like most things, we stole May Day and made it Labor Day.
And I just changed it. Yeah.
Exactly. So May Day is a celebration from around the world. Once again, South America, a lot of European countries where they celebrate the workforce. America, we saw that and we're like, yoink, let's call it Labor Day and let's do it in September.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm down.
So, yeah, I mean, you'll either be saying May Day or not May Day today. So that is your Quizzed in the Face quiz. We'll do that on the second half of the 7 o'clock hour.
If you plan on watching AEW All Out this weekend, there is a change to the card that was announced, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah.
Pac and Andrade will not be wrestling on the card, they said, due to travel issues.
Well, Andrade is going to be there.
Yeah.
He's going to be at the pay-per-view, but I'm guessing it's Pac. He's probably over in England in probably some sort of quarantine situation.
So they're going to move that to a future Rampage. So it'll be a TV match, which is awesome. And they're going to move the Women's Casino Battle Royale from the buy-in, which is their pre-show, to the main card.
Cool stuff.
Still don't know how I feel about their format for the Battle Royale. It's kind of weird. It's too many people at once.
They do the cards, right?
Yeah, it's like a Royal Rumble, but instead of one person coming out, it's 5.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then they have the wild card at the end, which is always pretty cool.
Got to make it a little different.
Yeah.
Charles says, bros, one of the few benefits of owning a construction company, opportunity to go back to the office of power nap. For a man who wakes up, at 3:30, 4:30 every day, I totally respect your decisions.
All right, we've got about a minute and a half left in commercials. Going to get to some Stone Temple Pilots. A little Big Empty.
Just a heads up to next week. Yeah, next week we'll have Tommy Vex tickets.
Oh, nice.
That will be given away. Formerly of Bad Wolves. He's coming to play a show over at Victory North Savannah. I think his show is actually on Thursday. So we'll give away tickets Monday through Thursday next week with Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout?
I actually heard the new single from Bad Wolves with their new singer.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty good.
Cool.
Yeah, I like it.
How would you? Is the voice pretty comparable?
It's similar. Yeah.
Okay.
If you were a casual fan and heard some Bad Wolf songs, you never notice.
Yeah, I was looking at someone shared the Tommy Vex show I don't know post or whatever. So I just checked out the comments and there were a few people who were like, Tommy Vex is no longer in the band. They didn't even know he wasn't there. So Charles, the bands, I have actually taken the last week and a half off of working out. So today I was telling Kotter before we even jumped on the air, I'm like, as soon as the show's done today, I'm jumping out. We have a call we have to take together, but that's a Zoom call. I'm going to do it from my house at 11. So I'm able to go in, do my lunch, take my nap, and then get up early. Yeah. And I worked ahead some yesterday, so today should be an easier day. Should have time to get back on those bands.
I've got Lisette coming in for Latin lunch.
At 11?
10:30. Because 11, we've got our thing.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like I told her, I'm like, be here at 10:30. Because once we're in and down recording, it takes 15 minutes. I mean, it's not long at all.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just like, let's go. So.
Gibby says, according to science, naps during the day is super beneficial to your health. Bam. Well, I love you, Gibby. I don't know if that's true. So
I'm going to say it's true.
I was I was looking at something last night, and I found out that if you say according to studies before you lie, the lie sounds 1,000% more.
Yeah.
So just so you know, whenever I say according to studies, when I'm bullshitting at you guys, that's what I'll be doing a lot in the future.
That's funny.
Kotter, according to studies.
You're an ass.
According to studies, I found out that your IQ is somewhere below the line of what many would call capable. Really? Okay, Rhett. He goes, all right. It's morning, boys.
So, Brett. So good news when it comes to the countdown for this weekend.
No, don't say things you don't mean.
Friday's in. I got to upload like 2 songs. No. But it's big. So the day's in, loaded, and sent.
That's what she said.
Saturday, also in, loaded, and sent.
So you're 50% done.
50.
One day out.
50.
You're going to be working on Sunday and Monday through Saturday, aren't you?
Here's kind of the catch, because I would like to have Crash and Billy be able to voice track their shows on Monday, so we can talk about the countdown, because it's day off. But I'd like to have it done, so they can do it ahead of time. Billy's a little bit more flexible; she's doing it from her house. Crash is maybe not as flexible, so I really want it done so I can have him do it tomorrow.
Oh, am I on Saturday?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, normal time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll send out. I'm going to send.
My other program director gave it to me off, so thanks.
Yeah, no, I don't. I'm not.
Don't worry, I still like you more.
Well, when it's against Jake, I really don't feel it counts. But no, I'll get you the list so you can go off the where numbers are and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But no, so Saturday's in and loaded. So Sunday, I just this morning started to put in songs.
Mm-hmm.
So I should have Sunday. I should have the logs in by today because I got nothing after our meeting at 11. So I should just be able to go home and power through it.
Made some shrimp tacos last night at home. Delicious. So I'm going to go home. I'm going to leave after the show.
Yeah.
I'm going to go home. I'm going to do our, why can't I think of what it's called? Our counseling call? Consultant call.
Counseling. Yeah. Would help.
Yeah.
Might help more
Definitely
than counseling.
Would. Consultant call at 11, which will take mostly an hour.
Yeah.
So right before 12, I'm going to eat lunch, and then I'm going to immediately go right into a nap. Hopefully get up from my nap no later than like 1:30.
Yeah.
1:45. Boom, right back into work.
Nice.
I got some videos done yesterday. I didn't get any of them uploaded, but they're done. I wanted to, but timing.
Last night we had shawarma for dinner.
Shawarma?
Yes.
Yeah, it's what they had at the end of the first Avengers movie.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I still don't know what it is. Yeah. It was rice, veggies, and cheese, but it was like weird. And we've been doing HelloFresh recently, so we got it through HelloFresh, and it was like a small, thin block of cheese.
Sounds like tofu. Was it tofu?
It was tofu-ish, but it was cheese, and you baked it, and you had some seasoning on it. It was really good. I'm down. I liked it. Do some shawarma again.
What kind of seasoning?
It is an Indian dish, I believe. So that kind of feel.
All right.
It was good. All right, we got about 35 seconds. Are we only on story number 2? Damn. All right, story number 2. All right, be right back, guys. Our wireless why do I keep saying changing? Our wireless charging rooms, wireless changing rooms doesn't make any sense. Are wireless charging rooms going to become a thing? Got that story. I'm going to say changing rooms.
Charging. It's charging.
During this entire thing.
Yeah.
Story number 2 about last night. Wireless charging rooms. So there are already wireless options to charge devices. You got, like pads or stands so you can put phones and stuff on. Well, the universities of Michigan and Tokyo have invented a system that they say safely, and I think that's the key word, safely delivers electricity through the air. They use magnetic fields and can transfer up to 50 watts of power. They put together this 10 by 10 room, and researchers were able to charge phones, fans, and lamps wirelessly.
So this is kind of interesting.
Yes.
So this is like future world. Like I don't think this will ever be implemented probably during my lifetime, which is like the next 4 years. But it says there's apparently a lot of clinical applications for this. Like, so some heart implants actually require a wire that runs from the pump through the body to an external power source.
Right.
So like you have like a pacemaker and stuff. My dad had one. And yeah, he had to like kind of charge it up and plug it in so you don't die. So apparently this could actually charge a heart implant. And instead of having like essentially a plug-in coming out of your body, you could just walk into this room and like sit down for like 10 minutes and it could charge your heart implant up.
Right.
And therefore, making your quality of life much better. This is actually really interesting stuff. Well, this is like Jetsons future stuff. Once again, dating how old I am right there with that reference. But this is really cool.
It is cool, but I mean, there's always the concern of, just holding your cell phone to your ear, can give you cancer.
Right.
So
everything can give me cancer.
So walking in a room that's just magnetically shooting 50 watts of power through it, you feel safe?
Well, they said there's actually little clusters of the room they can possibly make because there's like a little like cloud of electronic field you could step into. I don't know. It's very, very strange. So obviously this is right at the beginning of their testing process. But yeah, they say the new technology creates magnetic fields by using a conductive pole and a conductive surface on walls in the room. So they've charged fans and cell phones, all that stuff. So yeah, I'm obviously worried about what other health implications this could cause. And obviously there's tons of studies they would have to do before they could probably put this out in a mass-produced sense. But this is very future stuff that I'm into.
So one sentence really caught my eye here. The technology can unlock the potential for mobile robotics in both manufacturing facilities and homes. Is this the start?
Yes, it is.
Of the robot revolution?
Yeah, we are really getting very, very close to the edge of the Matrix.
Yes.
We're still probably a couple decades out from that. I mean, I'll definitely be dead by then. But man, guys, come on. The Matrix is definitely on its way.
All right, if you are a service member at Fort Stewart or Hunter Army Airfield, kind of got some bad news for you guys. That's coming up after Aaron Jones. Here's Mercy, Rock 106.1.
Charles says 50 watts is very low. I was going to say, I think that is very low.
I agree, and I agree with that. It's not like you're walking in, to a big electric field, but, I mean, the power coming off a cell phone is low. And, according to some studies, that stuff could potentially cause cancer. So I don't know if you're hanging out in a room for 20 minutes, if that was what that's going to do.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's the robotics thing where I'm like, this will be the date where we go, as we're running from our robot overlords, it'll be like, damn you, freaking Michigan.
Yeah, and there's you walk in. It's like It's like the Lost Boys. They're walking into that cave, and they're all up, like they're charging themselves up in the little top tier, hanging upside down. We're gonna walk into a room. There's just gonna be like dozens of robots just standing there, but they look powered down, and you're trying to slowly walk in between them, and then one's eyes turn red, and then you suddenly die.
Yep,
saw it in a movie once.
All right, we got just over 2 minutes. Some COVID restrictions being put into place by Fort Stewart Hunter Army.
The birth rate will definitely go down because of this.
Yeah.
Good morning, MK Ultra. Vultra.
So New Realm, which is set up to be a distillery as well, downtown Savannah, finally got through the process of distilling in-house their first vodka.
Okay.
So they've got the first Savannah distilled vodka, the version from New Realm, is there.
Good.
Then they'll work on other things as well.
Yeah, I think they said they were going to do gin and something else, right? I don't think they're going to do whiskey. I think they were just going to do like vodka, gin, and maybe rum or something.
Yeah, the whiskey takes a little bit longer.
Yeah, like a ton longer. All right, guys, so coming up here in just a few moments, going to be talking about Fort Stewart and Hunter restrictions on maybe some bars and restaurants. We'll jump in, talk about the Rock Countdown, and then we'll dive into your stories, your comments, your calls for the question of the day. What has been stolen from you at work? Charles, I feel like you've got a good story for this one. For a man who owns his own business, what has been stolen from you from your job sites, your work? I know you've got a good story for us.
Wanda, gas station, not worth pants. You've got PJs on, go for it.
Pants or PJs, I need to go into the gas station, but is it worth pants?
No.
Actually, are you trying to do it right now? If you're trying to do it right now, PJs are still acceptable. I would say past 8 o'clock, you got to wear pants.
Nah.
Yeah.
All right, guys, be right back. Some extra COVID precautions being put into place for service members of Fort Stewart and Hunter Army. Got that story. Story number 3 about last night. As of yesterday, Fort Stewart and Hunter Army Airfield have banned service members from visiting bars, nightclubs, or dance clubs. Now, the ban has been put into place as part of an increased measure against COVID-19, as, of course, the surrounding area has experienced a recent surge in cases.
So Major General Charles Costanza said that Georgia's among the highest COVID infection rates in the U.S., along with one of the lowest vaccination rates. So that's why he is putting this measure in place. Now, Kotter, I am very worried due to this because birth rates will definitely go down. Because if our servicemen aren't out at the bars, aren't out at the dance clubs,
right?
Aren't out there shaking their groove thing, I don't think we're going to have as many children born in the next 9 months, and that may be an issue.
But maybe you don't get the case of, whiskey D, so you're just staying at home. So maybe you got nothing else to do.
Right.
So maybe it doesn't go down. Maybe it goes up.
Well, and that's the thing. It's like with these servicemen not in our dance clubs, nightclubs, or visiting bars, they're just going to be at home playing Call of Duty very loudly on Twitch, probably bugging their family members, probably their wives or girlfriends. I mean, this could lead to a lot more single people over the next few months, weeks as well.
So you're saying let them go to bars?
Yeah, I think you need to let these guys let it hang loose, or maybe just build a bar on base for the servicemen.
Is there a bar? There's got to be a bar on base,
right? Well, I mean, I guess they leave base to kind of get away from home.
Yeah.
So maybe just one outside the gates or something.
The division is also preparing for the mandatory vaccination of all service members. That's being directed by the Department of Defense. According to Julie Freeman, who's Colonel Julie Freeman, commander of Wynn Army Community Hospital, our contact tracing shows that majority of cases are community spread outside of Fort Stewart and Hunter Army and then spread within the household. So, which is kind of why the ban's going into place. They're like, look, they're picking it up when they leave the base.
Yeah, they're picking up like filthy degenerates from us and taking it back to the bases where everyone's vaccinated and, not COVID filled.
We're so sorry. All right, coming up next, we're going to talk the Rock Countdown. It starts tomorrow morning. We'll tell you all about it. This is the Kotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
I'd like to apologize to Fort Stewart Hunter Army Airfield for everyone.
For all of us.
Everyone, for all the filthy degenerates out there who are giving you guys COVID.
Good morning, Tony. Tony, the wife, and I, very excited about Saturday. This will be the first time.
Do you have a scheduled threesome with Tony or something?
We do, and it's going to be awesome.
Oh,
we're getting our massages.
You're going to Tony's Rub and Tug Palace.
We're getting our massages. This will be the first time I have gotten a massage that wasn't
done by a homeless man.
Well, there was that one time he needed the money. I was lonely. No, so the chiropractor I used to go to offered massages, and it was the I swear the woman had like her feet pressed against the wall just so she can get more pressure to
Right.
drive her elbow into my back. And I always walked out of there in more pain than I went in. So this will be the first time I've ever gone to an actual tattoo studio,
Right.
massage studio. I'm excited.
So, are you going to try to shave your egregiously hairy body before you get in there?
Oh no, I'm shaving my back. No,
You are?
I am.
Oh, thank God.
No, I'm shaving my back.
Yeah, thank God.
No, I should. No, let me rephrase it. The wife is shaving my back.
That means you're paying for the massages.
No, well, yes, probably, yeah. But no, the rest of me is not too bad. The back, though, is just a little gross.
Yeah. How about this? If I could ask Tony and all of her employees that day, wear as many rings as possible, just in case there's any stray hairs. You'll pull them right out.
Why? Is that a why am I shaving my back? Because it's kind of gross.
Charles, what's the rate for a couple tugs? Yeah, so have you ever done speaking of massages, have you ever done a hot stone massage?
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
No.
They're interesting.
Are they? Yeah, seriously. The only time I've gotten, it's like, so I never went to a chiropractor for years. My back's always been messed up. So finally, we had some really good insurance for a while there, and it covered chiropractor.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy we went to was like, all right, so you can schedule the massage the same day, and you can just go right from here to the massage. I'm like, there's massage? He's like, yeah. But I mean, it was the first time I went in, the lady was maybe 4'5", super tiny.
Yeah.
I swear, and the amount of pain I was in during this thing was intense. I swear her legs were just planted to the wall, and she was just driving an elbow.
Did you ask to did she ask you like how intense you wanted?
No.
That was just level 1 for her probably then.
We see hairy people all the time. It doesn't bother you. We don't care. Yeah, I'm gonna shave it.
All right, guys. So here's the question of the day. What has been stolen from you at work? I honestly couldn't think of a specific case where something was stolen from me, but I remembered that someone, not from our Illinois stations, but from our Las Vegas radio stations, went on a little shopping spree for a while. So I got a story about that from a coworker, former coworker, that I'll tell.
Yeah, I got one about a coworker as well who had a little side hustle going on.
Mm-hmm.
But no, anyway, Tony, we are very, very much looking forward to it. Very excited.
Just for anyone on the stream who hasn't heard, we're going to have Chris Jericho on the show tomorrow right at 8 a.m. So just a quick heads up, Chris Jericho will be joining us on the show. We also have we did a video Zoom call with him, so we'll share that video. We'll have it go up tomorrow early as well. So you'll be able to hear some of the interview. We'll play, I don't know, a good piece of it on the air, but we'll play the full interview. You'll be able to see the full interview live on YouTube.
Don't forget, Saturday is Cake Day. 1 o'clock, Debilation Brewing, Richmond Hill. Hope to see as many of you out there as we can. We'll have cake.
People steal the sheets from your business, Tony?
Really?
I feel like sheets is a weird thing to steal.
How do they walk? I mean, so the oils and lotions, I get it. You can shove those in pockets, purses, whatever. How do you walk out with a sheet? That's kind of a ballsy move.
It's still attached to you from all the oils. You just run out.
I mean, even a towel. I mean, how do you hide that?
Well, if you come in dressed as the Ku Klux Klan, you don't have to really worry about it.
All right, so bad news about movies and COVID. Paramount delaying the releases of 3 movies due to COVID. Top Gun was set to be coming out November 19th. It's now coming out May 27th of next year.
Don't care.
Mission Impossible 7 was supposed to come out May 27th of next year. That's coming out September 30th.
I slightly care about that. I like the Mission Impossible.
Jackass Forever.
Oh, no.
October 22nd was its initial release date. Now, February 4th.
Yep, that makes sense.
Of next year. So, I get it. It sucks. I mean, and it's just they got to make money. I understand. A lot of money goes into it. But I'm wondering, is this going to get the ball rolling now, for other movie companies? Or are they going to try to take advantage of it and be like, all right, we got some free weekends now?
So I saw that Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, which comes out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Technically tonight. It's already projected to make $90 million.
Yeah. I'm still debating on whether to go tomorrow after work. I still may do that. I don't know yet.
I think we're still going to see Candyman tomorrow.
Right.
Haven't bought tickets or anything, but I think that's the case.
Cool. All right, just over a minute. Going to talk Rock Countdown, 20th Anniversary Countdown. The wrap up to our 20th Anniversary celebration.
Mm-hmm. On the chat, Charles says he just saw the trailer for the last Bond movie. Yeah, I watched that yesterday too, man. It looks great. I can't wait. It was kind of like a we've come to all the way to this point. So they showed clips from the other films and everything.
Oh, that's cool.
Man, the new Bond flick, I'm in. Sold. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, I really like the Daniel Craig version of Bond. I mean, I do believe it's a little bit more. I mean, it's Bond, so to say it's realistic, it feels more real. Mm-hmm. If that makes sense. It's less campy, grimier. I don't know. I like it. All right, guys, be right back. Starting tomorrow, 10 o'clock, we kick off the biggest countdown in the history of the station. It's the 20th anniversary countdown here on Rock 106.1, counting down the top 1,061 songs ever played on Rock 106.1.
So I hope you guys are ready for this because, it does start tomorrow, 10 a.m., rolls through Monday, probably till about 7 p.m., so you better be listening up. Yeah, ish. We're not good with time nor numbers. We've proven that time and time again. All this weekend, Labor Day weekend, we are counting down 1,061 songs. Now, Kotter, you've been putting together this extensive list for days, weeks, actually, at this point. Now, you actually informed me just earlier this morning that you have Friday completed.
Yes.
Now, how many songs do we play in a day-ish?
Well, if you would do the math, which
I would not.
We can't do. So it's over 250 because if you did, 250 is by 4 is 1,000. We got 1,061.
You're saying a lot of numbers.
So a little bit more
you lost
than
me.
Sorry. So a lot of songs.
Okay.
So there's definitely a lot of songs. Now, like Full Metal Jackie's still going to play. L.A. Lloyd's Rock 30 still going to play.
Okay.
So we're not going to stop those shows for the countdown. They'll just come back.
Are we still playing commercials?
We still play commercials.
I'm out.
No, don't say that. That's what pays our bills. But no, so it's cool because it's like I've been putting in some stuff, and it's like we've got 4 or 5 songs from Slayer in there.
Oh,
Exy's Ugly. I haven't heard that song in forever.
I remember that song.
So good. With Dark New Day, Brother. Great song.
I kind of remember that. Yeah.
So good. So it's fun to go through and remember songs that we'd played in the past that we may not play now. And yes, somebody brought it up the other day. King Missiles, Detachable Penis.
Oh, yeah.
Will be in.
Classic.
The Rock Countdown coming up this weekend. So it starts tomorrow at 10 o'clock, rolls all weekend long. The top 1,061 songs ever played on Rock 106.1. Coming up after 7 o'clock, calls, comments, and text, 800-394-1061. What has been stolen from you at work?
Mm-hmm.
This thing blew up on the Rock 106.1 Facebook page. So we want your calls, comments, and texts. Now, what has been stolen from you at work? 800-394-1061. Kotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
All right, guys, go ahead and share some stories with us. I know all of you probably got one. Feel free to drop it into the stream. What has been stolen from you at work? Tony, thank you already so much for dropping in your quick story. Gibby, you got something? Sean, you got something? Question of the day, what has been stolen from you at work? Good stuff. Yesterday, it was late at night. It was probably late at night for me, 9:30 p.m. Kotter, I had you take a picture of me at the beautification station of Pop Evil.
Yes.
So I think you mentioned it yesterday. So in the back hallway, right behind the stage at Victory North, the tour manager, Shelby of Pop Evil, he put together like this little lighted mirror, a little cooler with some drinks, some ambiance light for the guys to kind of like get themselves like ready to jump up on stage. Well, the guys were coming down via elevator, and I decided to use their beautification station before they got down. So you took a picture of me kind of playing around doing that, and I posted it up. Well, the guys at Pop Evil have responded.
Were they not happy?
So
don't touch our ass ever again. We're never coming back to Savannah. Did you ruin it for everybody, Marshall?
Hold on. So Pop Evil has responded to my picture, and they said, "You looked amazing the other night." Once again, pointing out how great my outfit was.
Sure.
And they said, "You can use," and Lee goes, "You can use my station anytime."
There you go. Lee's a good guy.
There you go. There you go. We're best friends now.
Because let's be honest, there's some rock stars out there that are just major a-holes.
Yeah.
And it would have been like, "You are dead to us."
Yeah, Lee was super cool. The whole band was super cool.
Yeah,
so
nice.
Love that guy, and love to see them again very, very soon. Where I can actually stay and watch the entire show. I actually sent you a video last night. Via text.
Yeah.
Where the guys actually gave you and me a shout out at the end of the show when we weren't there, of course, because we had to go home like little boys because we have to go do a morning show. But it was very cool to actually see that on
that was
video.
Neat. Yeah. I'm going to go fire up some coffee.
Sorry, guys. Let me fix the camera here. Boom. Gibby, Tony, thank you once again for sharing those stories. Get rid of that. Once again, guys, our question of the day is a simple one. What has been stolen from you at work? Feel free to drop it into the chat. You can also text us your responses at 1-800-394-1061. Or here in about 30 seconds, you can also call us at that same number. I only tell you to wait because Kotter walked out to go put his coffee on. Sean, thank you for that, buddy. Good morning, Andrew. How are you, buddy? We're about 10 minutes before we dive into our question of the day. What has been stolen from you at work? So, Andrew, if you got a great story for us, feel free to drop it into the chat. You know, we were talking about movies a little while ago, and I found this story. So, Spider-Man No Way Home, obviously the trailer came out last week. It was massive. It's the most watched trailer ever within the first 24 hours at like 355 million views. Now, there was a scene in the trailer where, Peter Parker was in a lawyer's office, and he was looking at this file, and there was a white guy, with a white shirt and a tie. He's kind of leaned over the desk, but they cut off in the frame of who he was, like head and shoulders, like it only went up to just below his shoulder blades. So a lot of fans, of course, jumping to conclusions, thought it was the return of Daredevil.
Okay.
They thought Charlie Cox, the guy who played the Daredevil in the Netflix series,
but not Ben Affleck. Come on,
yeah, definitely not Ben. Was coming back into the universe through the multiverse thing. Anyway, so Charlie has actually responded to people's comments about him,
right?
And he was quoted to saying online, "I can promise you, those are not my forearms." So
they're totally his forearms.
Those are not his forearms. So trying to poke a hole into the fans' theories there. But there you go. That's what Charlie Cox says. In case you were wondering, in case you're a big Spider-Man freak. I'm excited to see a bunch of these movies come out. It's been a while since we've gotten like a big juggernaut of a film, but it's kind of cool that we're getting Shang-Chi in movie theaters this weekend. Candyman came out last weekend. Andrew, thank you for that comment.
I'm going to email Randy. I'm going to include you on it. See if we could push the thing back 15 minutes just to give me a hair bit more time with Lisette.
Fine with me.
Okay.
Morning, Jeremy. How are you, buddy? All right, guys. So here's the deal. 7 o'clock hour. We are going to take your calls, comments, and text messages in regards to our question of the day. The phones are absolutely working. At least they were yesterday.
Yeah.
What has been stolen from you at work? Feel free to call us up with your story at 1-800-394-1061 if you got a great story. If not, feel free to text us or leave your story in the comments of our stream today. On the second half of the 7 o'clock hour, we're going to play Quizzed in the Face. We're going to quiz Kotter today because obviously Labor Day weekend is this weekend. We're going to quiz him on a very similar holiday. Around the world, they celebrate May Day. And we're going to quiz Kotter's knowledge on a very similar holiday.
I'm ready.
Sean and Andrew, thank you for those continued stories, fellas. We'll also get to Jeffe, the new music beta fish, in the 8 o'clock hour today, playing some new morbid music for us.
Yeah, it's the band Dead, D-E-D, Kill Beautiful Things, or the band Dead Sarah and Heroes. Dead Sarah's actually been around for a minute. They had I don't remember the first song. They had kind of a hit a while ago. And then just kind of went away, and they're back now. And it's actually a pretty cool tune called Heroes, so we'll get to that. Then, of course, Are You Smarter Than Community College Dropout? God dang, man. All right, not napping is a bad idea. Oh, Moon River bringing their Taterlicious back this Friday. That's they don't do a pumpkin beer. They do the sweet potato beer. And it is really delicious. You got to get it with the signature spiced rim. But really good if you haven't had Taterlicious from Moon River. It is out on Friday.
Sorry, I'm just getting Jeffe's camera set up here real quick. Although we're an award-winning show, we don't have an award-winning camera setup. So
got to be a money-making show for that. So in a recent interview, Guy Fieri, who is a big-time metal guy, says, I'm a Metallica junkie, Pantera, Rage Against the Machine, AC/DC. I mean, you name it. There's just something about living in Los Angeles and living down in Long Beach back in the day and Rage coming out and just getting all kinds of that energy. Unfortunately, at home, though, he isn't allowed to be in charge of the playlist. Quote, my wife won't let me play those at the house. I don't get to play. I don't get to necessarily always jam my Rage. He said, but the cool part is both my sons are huge fans. So whenever mom's not around, we get to play Rage. I like that. It's pretty funny.
Sean says, signature spiced rim, name of your sex tape. Like it.
Don't hate that.
All right, guys. Question of the day today is, what has been stolen from you from your job site, from your work? Please let me know your stories, and we'll share them with everyone here. Top of 7 o'clock hour here in about 5 minutes or so.
I don't think anybody has ever seen Guy at an ICP show. There are reasons. Either that or Smash Mouth. Either one.
Andrew, thank you for that story, bud.
We still got a few minutes. Got Metallica going now, Beastie Boys coming up, Green Day, and then we'll actually get into the call, comment, and text segment. So the guy who came in to look at my garbage disposal yesterday, it's like, yep. So it's like it like seized up, you know. So he thought maybe blades are stuck or whatever, but it was literally the motor, and there's nothing you could do. I'm like, yeah, I feel this one's a little above my head, swapping out. Is it something you could do? He's like, yep. I'll just go pick one up, bring it back. I'll put it in either later this week or early next. I'm like, perfect. Because it'll take me about 5 minutes. I'm like, seriously, that's it? He's like, yeah, this one, everything's already installed. All I gotta do is swap.
Yeah, it's just replacing it.
Yeah, it's like 5 minutes. I'm like, cool. Taking me like 5 hours.
Yeah, when it's already installed, I would feel pretty confident in replacing a garbage disposal. But if there was nothing in place, obviously that's a little bit of a different case.
Yeah. No, I get that. All right, I'm going to go get my coffee. I'll be right back.
Thank you, everyone, for your stories this morning. Jeremy, thank you for just dropping yours in there. Andrew, Tony, Sean, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much. We'll share our stories, your stories coming up here over the next few minutes here on the Kotter and Marshall Show. Now, I don't know if you guys have seen this or not, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop the link into the chat, and because we got a few minutes before we go back on the air. Sorry, my keyboard's behind me. I have to kind of type backwards. So it was kind of shown off yesterday that Mark Davis, he's the owner of the Raiders. Al Davis was his father. He was obviously pretty popular, pretty big deal, outspoken. Well, his son Mark Davis obviously took over ownership of the team when Al died. Now, Mark Davis is a bajillionaire at this point, and his team just moved to Las Vegas. And they're playing their first, well, technically this is the second season in Las Vegas as the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, Mark Davis apparently is building a $14 million home over in Henderson. So
Tony.
If you're looking at the city of Las Vegas, the city of Las Vegas is kind of surrounded by this. Essentially, the city of Las Vegas is a bowl, and it's surrounded by mountains. And most of it is Las Vegas, and there's a small portion called North Las Vegas, which is northwest, and then northeast is what they call Henderson.
Okay.
I don't know why. They just kind of like cut off a small little corner and called it something different from Las Vegas. So in that little Henderson northeast corner, Mark Davis is building a $14 million mansion that looks like, honestly, a sports complex. It doesn't look like a house. It looks like a James Bond villain lair.
Yeah.
And this thing is ridiculous. Now, he's known for being notoriously cheap. Like, he still drives around a 1997 Dodge minivan. Apparently, that is his preferred way of travel.
Really?
He still visits on the regular Hooters and P.F. Chang's. Those are his favorite spots.
Do it.
Joke's on him. I think the closest P.F. Chang's is like in the opposite corner of the valley, at least unless they put a new one up from when I lived there. Hooters, there's a bunch close to him. But apparently, I mean, this place is ridiculous.
Is that seriously
that's the house?
What?
So it's going to have a steam room. It's going to have a massive pool out back. It's almost 6,000 square feet. It has a massive garage. Let's see, what else did it have? And it has a man cave where he can do all of his dude stuff.
Is this the front or the back of the house?
That's the front. The picture you're looking right there.
That's the front?
That's the front of the home.
Holy crap. Of course, what it doesn't have is a good effing barber. He has got, I mean, dude, you got so much money. Do something about that.
He's got all-time bad hair.
It is epically bad.
But he's spending $14 million to build this facility. I mean, it looks massive.
It does. It looks like, Mike Myers' Dr. Evil character would look at this and get a boner.
So people on Twitter, of course, reacted to it. And my favorite one may be from this guy named Cody, where he says, Mark Davis watched one Iron Man movie and decided he was going to build Tony Stark's house. Because it literally looks like an evil villain's mansion. But I thought that was very interesting. Wanted to share it with you guys.
Charles coming in with some garbage disposal maintenance. Run daily, weekly, put in a couple handfuls of ice and run. Helps clean the blades and walls. The power flush, then power flush with some soapy water to rinse out.
Justin Russell, why can't I see Kotter? Because I'm trying to save you from the pain That is tired Kotter. I just didn't switch it back over. He ran up to go grab his coffee.
Yeah.
I was actually, Charles, tell me if this is true or not. I was told with garbage disposal maintenance, you're supposed to put some lemon juice in there. Sometimes you can just cut up a lemon, like a small lemon, chop it into smaller pieces. You throw it in there, and then the acid of the lemon is supposed to help clean the blades and walls as well. Is that true? Do you do that?
All right, top of the hour. Got about 4.5 minutes. Get to some Green Day, and then we'll dive into our call-in topic.
Once again, call-in question of the day is, what has been stolen from you at work? If you have a great story, feel free to call us, 1-800-394-1061. You can also text us and drop your stories into the stream. Thomas, thank you for dropping in your story there too.
Do you want to tell yours first today?
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool.
Okay, so we'll go me, and then you obviously probably got some Facebook stories.
Yeah, I got some Facebook.
Ton of Facebook stories, hopefully. Said we had over 200 comments on.
Yeah, and now there were, and we'll
replies and stuff.
Yeah, there were replies, and we'll get into it as well. There was a theme. There was a definite theme.
Yeah,
with a big chunk of them.
Yeah, just a few. I already know what you're looking at.
Yeah. So I figure we can get into maybe that specifically in the third break or something. So start with yours. I can do a couple here. And then you want to end with one over there or one or two over there?
Yeah, I'll do probably one or two. Ooh, Andrew, if you're still in the chat, when all of that was stolen from you, did that all happen in the same day? Because the way you wrote it kind of sounds like it did. All right, I'll do two short stream stories on the backside of your Facebook stories.
Cool.
Yeah, yes, it did. Jesus Christ, man. Who did you piss off? So I'll end on Andrew and his story at Home Depot.
Okay.
So. Thomas writes, the Facebook comments were definitely followers, not leaders. You're probably right. I actually honestly haven't. I read through maybe the first few because we post it quite early now when it comes to the post. I think I read the first 5 comments.
Yeah.
And then I didn't even look at it.
Yeah.
Until now. And yeah, there looks like there's quite a few.
Yeah. Yeah, I was surprised. It's like within the first half an hour, there was more than we had gotten for most of the ones in the past. I was like, all right, this one hit a nerve of somebody. But then I looked at it, and yeah, there's a theme. All right, got about a minute 40.
Yeah, last night I went in and kind of reset our work release program league.
Yeah.
Went in, and I'm going to invite our first 6 people once I get home today, another reason. And then I was going to choose the next 6 this afternoon, and then that'll wrap for it because I want people obviously to have a day to get themselves ready to do a fantasy draft. My wife did my brother-in-law's, so her brother's fantasy draft because he was working last night. His draft took 2 hours to do. It was from 8 until 10.
Jesus.
Yeah, and it was just this big, ridiculous ESPN league draft. And she had the last pick of the first round, so she had the longest amount of time to wait.
Yeah, didn't she get the first pick in the next?
Yeah,
round?
it's a snake draft. Yeah, so it was a snake draft. So she got 2 picks in a row, and then she had to wait for 15 minutes before she chose again.
Yeah, that sucks.
So he actually asked me to do the draft, and I was like, dude, I'm not going to. I'm just kind of relaxing at home. I worked last night, and she said yes. So, and then when she said yes, she just constantly asked me questions. So I was like, okay, so I'm doing this.
You're doing the draft. We will set our time limit to 5 seconds per pick, so make it quick.
Jesus Christ.
Go! Have it ready.
I'm thinking 45 seconds.
That's fair. Be right back. What has been stolen from you at work? You're going to get to your stories coming up. Don't forget, hop on that stream. The Horde is hanging out this morning. Become part of it. Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Like, follow, and subscribe. You can listen to the station. Download the app for free. Get us on your in-home smart speaker. Check us out at rock1061.com. So once again, today's topic, what has been stolen from you at work? You can call, you can comment, you can text. The number, 800-394-1061.
So I thought about this question long and hard yesterday, Kotter, and I couldn't quite remember anything that was specifically stolen from me. But I remember when I worked at a group of radio stations in Las Vegas, we had a guy that would go through our promotions department at night. Like, he would come in at like 3 a.m.
Okay.
And he would steal, we had these cabinets that kind of sat over our desks, and that's where I kept like all the CDs and all the DVDs and gift cards. I would lock them up.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to lie, I definitely didn't lock it up every night. Should I have? Yes. But I think most of the time I just trusted my coworkers wouldn't steal from essentially ourselves. Well, this guy definitely did. And then after a while, we started noticing things were missing. So we mentioned something to our engineers that worked at the radio station.
Yeah.
And they're like, we're just going to install a camera. It'll be like a little pen-like camera that'll sit right in the ceiling tiles. And we're like, okay, cool. Like, we didn't care. Like, you're going to be on camera all the time. Like, we literally, we're going to dance and do stupid stuff. And we dress up and like, you're going to see nothing. We don't steal anything. We're not that dumb. So they caught this guy. They caught this guy in action. And like, he, at that point, was doing like the morning show. He was like a producer for the News Talk morning show. So the engineers saw like a notification of movement at 3 a.m. They looked at it. He was fired by 9 a.m.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was cut and dry. You stole this stuff, because they have cameras on the outside of the building. So it actually showed him going to grab stuff from our promotions department.
Right.
And then walking directly out to his car, throwing in his trunk, and then coming back in. And then he worked. And then he worked, and then he didn't work.
Now, was it like a lot of, was it like he was walking out with handfuls of stuff?
He had like we had stuff sent to us all the time.
Yeah,
so we had boxes in the department all the time. So yeah, he filled up a small, cardboard box, one that was probably the size that you would get from Amazon on any delivery.
Yeah.
He filled it up with all sorts. And like, it was like he was shopping through a store, like it was grocery market dash. It's like showing like he just picked whatever he wanted, and then he just walked right out.
So I'm not going to lie. Back in the day when I first got into radio, I worked weekend overnights, midnight to 6. And the morning team got fired. And the producer, and I was doing morning show stunt boy stuff while I was doing weekend overnights. And the producer of the morning show gave me the key to the prize closet.
Mm-hmm.
And back in the day, it was an epic prize closet. I didn't overdo it. I wasn't, stealing stuff to go sell or give away. But, if there was a CD that rolled through that I liked, my CD collection grew extensively over that 2-year period. It was pretty fantastic. All right, so once again, call, comment, and text 800-394-1061. What has been stolen from you at work? One to hit us up, and this is always the one that makes me the most mad when it comes to like food in the office refrigerator.
Right.
So this is just made Wanda all kinds of furious. A gallon of milk. She said she bought it so she can enjoy some cereal in the morning. Placed it in the employee refrigerator, went to make a yummy, delicious bowl of cereal, and there was no milk to be found.
Who's drinking a gallon of milk? Like you and me for a challenge of some sort. Like we would probably do that, but who would steal an entire gallon of milk?
And maybe once somebody went, man, I got to go home I got to run by the store on the way home, grab milk, and went, nope, don't now. Open the refrigerator door at work, grab the milk, go home.
I actually had to have a conversation that just reminds me of someone who used to work here. Someone had apparently like a Hot Pocket or something in the freezer, and it was straight up gone. And I knew there was only one person that could have done it in between that time period. So I had to talk to Brendan Bresnan. our former coworker, about how he's not supposed to eat other people's Hot Pockets. He admitted to it. I forgave him.
He just took somebody else's Hot Pocket?
Hey, well, sometimes you're hungry, and sometimes Hot Pockets look delicious. Not really ever, but at that moment, it was to him.
Oscar Crosby hit us up, and this kind of sucks when it's got some sentimental value like this. He said, my favorite Braves cap. I had it since 5th grade. Somebody swiped it from work. He said, breaks my heart to this day.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're not that good.
Oh, this year they are.
This year they're actually not doing too bad.
This year they're fantastic.
We're all surprised at that fact. Well, let's go to the stream. We got some stories here. Sean dropped one in. He goes, my dad had a lot of expensive tools stolen from work, from his work table at the Thunderbolt Marina. He'd gotten most of them back and now locks everything up. That sucks, especially when it comes to tools. They're very, very expensive, and you hear things like construction guys who like just throw them in the back of their trucks and everything, getting them stolen. But this one hurts my soul the most. This story from Andrew. Now, he said, I had somebody break into my locker when I worked at Home Depot and stole my wallet. It doesn't stop there, Kotter.
Okay.
And Ray-Ban sunglasses. It doesn't stop there, Kotter. And then they stole my effing lunch out of the fridge. This all happened in the same day.
Who'd he tick off?
Well, actually, I asked that question on the stream before we jump back on the air, and he actually had a follow-up comment. He goes, well, I made a lot of ladies mad when I worked there. I dabbled a bit too much with the cashiers, and then they all found out. So I'm sure it was one of them.
Or all of them.
I guarantee you they did nothing with that. They just literally threw it in like the trash compactor.
All right, more of your stories. We want them now. Call, comment, and text 800-394-1061. What has been stolen from you at work? Much like you, Marshall, I worked with somebody who decided to, take a few things from everybody around the office and then sell them on eBay.
Yeah,
that was his downfall. We got that story and yours coming up next. Mammoth WVH, don't back down. Kotter and Marshall Show, Rock 1061.
Treated himself. All right, guys, thank you so much for your stories. Wanda apparently says it's beautiful outside. We only get to look out this window right here.
And it's like there's enough trees in the way, so I can never, I can kind of see some blue sky over there, but normally I can't even tell if it's a nice day out.
It looks okay.
Yeah.
It's not raining.
That's a plus. Yeah, for that, we had that like month-long stretch where it's just stupid amounts of rain, and now it's been okay the past few days, past few weeks.
All right, so next break, you'll kick off. I'm going to tell Thomas's story, and I may do Andrew's, but it depends on if we talk much about Thomas's story here. So,
which one's?
Thomas is talking about Subway.
Okay.
So I'll tell you, that's a Subway, and then Andrew's is about leaving tools in a customer's car.
Okay. Yeah, I've got Lindsay, which is pretty good. She did something to prevent stuff from getting stolen from her, and then I've got a Thomas as well.
Okay. Yeah, our Thomases are different.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to check. Didn't know if he posted to both.
Yeah.
Perfect. And then, I think the third break we can kind of maybe delve into the
the deluge of my life.
The utter downfall into depression.
Yeah, Thomas, I agree. We apparently live in a world full of thieves.
Yeah. I will say, so it's like, like I said, I didn't take a lot. But, if there was a CD that rolled through, and we had, the amount of stuff radio stations got back in the day was stupid. So, it's like I would take, some CDs here and there. There was one time I was working, and I was uber hungry. And this obviously before Uber Eats or anything like that. So I had no option of having food delivered to me. It was past time. There was a DiGiorno's pizza in the freezer.
Ooh. Well, it's not delivery, so.
We didn't have an oven. We had a microwave. I microwaved a frozen DiGiorno's pizza.
How did that turn out?
It was okay.
Yeah.
It wasn't great, but I was hungry, so it was fine. I will say we had a deal worked out with the local Domino's. So we moved studios, and I wasn't privy to it in the first building. But in the new building, a guy calls me up while I'm on the air, and he's like, hey, the Domino's the other side of town by the other station, when you guys were over there, had this deal. They'd bring you free pizza if you give them some CDs. And I went, this is awesome. I had a key to the prize closet, ate free pizza every weekend. It was great. All right, 30 seconds.
Hello, Sandy. Thank you for that story. I'll definitely share that one. That's awesome. All right, so you...
Yep. You do a couple, or?
Yeah, I'll probably do two here.
Okay.
I'll probably do...
All right, we'll be right back, guys. What has been stolen from you at work? 800-394-1061. So years ago, worked in Illinois, a decent-sized staff, probably 30 people over about 4 or 5 radio stations. Well, there was like a month-long period to where things just kind of started disappearing.
They grew legs and walked away.
Yes. And it started small where you didn't notice it at first.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like you start talking to everybody. It's like, man, I had this, CDs from this record. And it's like, yeah, I had these DVDs from this contest, or I had this. And it's like all of a sudden everything's just disappearing slowly. And nobody knew what was going on. And we had an employee who decided to start stealing things and then selling them on eBay. And that was his downfall. So part of his contract, we were the affiliate of our local minor league hockey team.
Like the one we're getting actually next year.
And part of his deal was he got tickets to the games. And he was selling those on eBay. The team found out. They were not happy.
No.
They were furious. So then we're going through his eBay store, and we're like, that was the DVDs I had, and the guy over, that was the CDs I had. I mean, we found everything. And he sold it all on eBay. It wasn't even making that much money. It's like $5 here, $10 here.
Yeah, and eBay takes like 10% of everything you make too. Plus, you have to pay for shipping.
Yeah, I mean, it was not worth the time and effort. And then, of course, they let him go. I mean, as soon as we found everything, it was like, you're out the door. But I mean, it went on for a month, maybe 2 months. And I mean, if it wasn't for the hockey tickets and the eBay thing, could have gone on forever. I don't think anybody would have realized what was happening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's just being a bad thief.
Yes.
Like maybe don't put your name on your eBay account if you're trying to steal from your work. Maybe be John Johnson, not your name.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the tickets to the hockey, I mean, he had like season tickets.
And specific seats.
Specific seats. We knew exactly who it was.
What an idiot. All right. Well, let's jump back over to the stream. Some great stories today. And, of course, amazing participation all around, guys. So give yourselves a round of applause. Our question of the day is, what has been stolen from you at work? Now, Thomas chimed in on the stream. He said, when I was a manager of the Subway in Savannah, one time the whole store got robbed overnight. I found out it was my night shift leader. They left the door open and then snuck in to get all the money after we officially closed. Now, this is a story that's quite like what happened to you, right?
Back in high school, a buddy of mine who was living with me at the time decided to rob the gas station we both worked at.
Yeah.
And he kind of shut the back door from the outside so he can go back up and sneak in and steal all the money.
Yeah, I mean, guys, come on. If you're going to steal something, rob another business, not the one you work at. Have some dignity, people.
Sage-like advice.
Also, Sandy chimed in. This is something that we can all relate to. It's something we kind of brought up a few moments ago. Sandy said, I had someone stealing food from the refrigerator when I worked at the post office. It literally took us years to find out who it was. It ended up being the janitor. At times, he would just open up people's lunch boxes and bags and just take what he wanted and put the rest back. What a creep.
It's his own buffet.
Yeah, do you imagine like he just open up like the bag? He's like, oh, tuna fish sandwich. You're disgusting. But I am going to take these jalapeno chips. Yoink.
So what has been stolen from you at work? 800-394-1061. Hit us up. Lindsay has a great story because she came up with a plan to stop the thieves. And it was a simple plan. So she was saying she was losing just a whole lot of pens.
I feel like this is like a Home Alone story.
It was not as epic, but yeah. So she was losing a whole lot of pens. But she learned you could buy pink ink cartridges from Pilot. So basically, she swapped out all of her black ink cartridges for pink ones. And nobody was stealing the pink pens anymore because she didn't want those. And then she also says, I coated my office supplies, stapler, tape dispenser, and scissors in pink glitter because those were getting swiped as well. So she just kind of like disguised them to where everybody knows they're hers. Right. Nothing is getting stolen from her desk.
I would have just put Vaseline over everything. I mean, joke would have been on me, but, also them.
All right, so we want more of your stories, 800-394-1061. What has been stolen from you at work? Now, there was a massive underlying theme in a majority of the posts.
That's right.
On our Facebook page. And most of it got dark. It got depressing real quick.
Darkest timeline, guys.
Because it wasn't even office supplies for getting stolen. We're talking happiness.
Oh, no.
My life.
Oh, Christ.
My soul.
Oh, no.
So we're going to dive into some of these here coming up next. Stick around. If you got a story, hit us up, please. 800-394-1061. Kotter and Marshall Show, Rock 1061.
Good morning, Elaine. Nice to have you back. It's been a while. Yeah, if you guys got a story for us, feel free to chime in via the phone. Yeah, that's right. You got phones? Call us up, 1-800-394-1061. Here we go.
Rock 1061, hello.
Hey, man.
Hey, Vic.
What's up, Vic?
Hey, I had a kid. It's actually my manager's son. He took a hamburger that I got from McDonald's out of the refrigerator, and I caught him with it. He's eating it. I looked at him. I said, dude, that thing's like 3 days old.
Ooh.
And I said, you didn't even ask me, dude. What in the world? So I looked at him. I said, what are you, a fucking hamburger? and his dad looks at me and goes to screaming, did you even ask the man if you could have it? He's rolling it up, dude, the whole time, right? And his dad's screaming at him. All of a sudden, he sticks it back in his pocket for later.
What?
It's 3 days old, dude. It's 3 days old.
Did you say he spit it back up? Did you say he spit it back up? Or just put it back up in his pocket?
Yeah, he just, rolled it up back in the paper and shoved it back in his pocket like he's going to eat it again later.
Hey, man, gonna get hungry. Why not?
It's a snacking burger.
That joker had to be stale, dude.
All right, man. Well, thanks for calling us up, Vic. How you doing this morning? You doing good?
Yeah, I'm just real tired, man. I didn't get much sleep last night. Got a lot going on with my wife and family thing going on.
Hopefully everything's okay.
Well, it's Thursday, Vic. You been touching yourself?
Today's the day, buddy.
Well, good luck, man.
Happy Thursday.
You too, Vic. You too.
Happy Vic's Day, bro.
All right, later, fellas.
See you, man.
Good Lord, Vic. Let's see. Guys, thanks for joining us this morning. Do appreciate it. Greg says, what has been stolen from me at work? You mean besides my dignity? Trust me, we're going to talk about that.
Yes.
Here in a few moments.
Got a text from somebody. It's like, we have a saying in the Army. There's only one thief in the Army. Everyone else is just trying to get their shit back. Year was 2007 in Iraq. The 160th Special Aviation Group had a little compound near us. It had one of those ominous signs like, stay back, violators will be shot, real douchebaggery. So they were in, there was a break in time in the rotations where the replacements didn't have to make it, to have time to make it. The compound was empty. It was a free-for-all. Everyone on the base, and it was a Marine base, walked in and started grabbing everything. The 160th budget is ridiculous. They had Xboxes, TVs, dirt bike. Everyone was carrying out with arms full. So we started putting things in one of these little buildings on blocks. Got a scamp, which is sort of a mobile crane, then took the building. When the 160 replacement got there, there wasn't even a plastic bag left. That's kind of funny.
Nice.
All right, guys. We got about 2 minutes left in spots. Going to get to some Audio Slave, Show Me How to Live.
I've got two stories I could bring up here that are kind of fun.
Yeah.
Elaine had a great story, and Melissa, great story. I could share those. How do you want to work that? Do you want to? Because you wanted to ask the existential question of everyone putting out.
We kind of dive into that a little bit. So I mean, we can either start with the two calls or the two you have. Because
do you have any from Facebook that you want to bring up?
Nah, not really.
Okay.
I mean, I'm good. But so if we want to start with your two, and then we can kind of go the other way.
All right, so I'll start off with Melissa, and then I'll do Elaine's.
Okay.
Brett said, he goes, when I find a pen that feels real good and writes real smooth, it's always stolen at the office, but we call that acquired. Yeah, so I have this little like a mug right here next to me here in the studio, and it holds pens and scissors and stuff, and I don't know, it's just like a Dallas coffee mug. I don't know where we got it from. I think it was here before I even arrived at the radio station. So it's my pen holder, on this side of the desk. I always have to write some stuff down usually. For the first couple months of the show, I don't know who would come over here and sit during the day. Obviously, I leave the studio at 10 a.m. and I don't come back till 6 a.m. the next morning. Someone every single day stole my pens.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know who came over here, if Mac and Jake work out of our studio sometimes. So I don't know if they would just be like, oh, I need a pen, and they would take a pen.
Right.
But I had no pens. It would take a week and they would all be gone. And I would put 6 or 7 of these things in that mug every single second week.
Right.
For the first 7 or 8 months, I did that. And then I stopped doing it. I would just bring my own pen from the office.
Right.
And then I just started putting pens in there again, and they're all there.
Okay.
So I think I taught them a lesson by not feeding their addiction of pens from my coffee mug. So knock on wood, I hope that stays the course. I hope no one else acquires my shit. Rat. Probably Rhett stealing my stuff, actually. So did you see that New York is absolutely flooded right now due to Hurricane Ida?
I started seeing some pictures of it, yeah.
So subway systems. I saw a video of a guy who actually was on a floaty. He was on one of those daybed floats that you'd put in the pool. He was actually floating on it, smoking a cigarette, and just kind of floating in between the alleyways of New York. That's how high the water is.
Jesus.
I know it's a tropical storm, and it hit tropical storm kind of strength kind of halfway through Louisiana. But now that it's getting up to New York, how is it still that strong and producing that much rain?
It was a beast of a storm, man. It came in at basically a Category 5. So, yeah.
Has Louisiana gotten their power back?
I haven't heard.
I think it was supposed to take a while, though, right?
Mm-hmm. I mean, the fun part is we're not even to when it's typically the worst part of hurricane season. That's traditionally October, November.
It's October, yeah.
So,
cool.
That's awesome. I mean, we, haven't had anything roll through here in a couple of years, so I feel much better living where I do now.
Yeah, instead of on Wilmington Island, yeah.
I mean, for us to evacuate from where we're living now, it would have to be an epic effing storm.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I mean, I haven't left at any of the hurricanes or tropical storms that we've had.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't have any flooding issues, where I live in Georgetown, so.
All right, got about 2 minutes.
Sean says, no, they haven't recovered power down in Louisiana yet. They have he has a vendor down there, and they are completely out of service.
Yeah, that sucks.
Charles, floodwaters full of raw sewage. Bad to be playing in it. Well, I don't think that guy was smoking a regular cigarette, Charles. I think he was smoking something quite different.
I always have to stay. Yeah, Rhett, I've never evacuated. I mean, obviously, for us, it's kind of the same. I mean, okay, I shouldn't say it's kind of the same thing. You're a little bit more on the front lines than I am. But yeah, it's the same thing for us. I mean, S would really have to hit the fan before I went, peace out. Because, we'll stay here and we'll broadcast. I mean, through Hurricane Michael, we did the whole thing, simulcast on all 6 of our radio stations. We had like 10, 12 people all kind of here at the same time doing it. And then, everybody leaving, everybody coming back. I mean, we were on the air for that for over a week doing that, so I get it. Got to stay.
John asks, are there any single ladies today, like on the show? No. Mac was on yesterday.
Yeah.
She's sometimes single. She hung out with her boyfriend. Sorry, not her boyfriend this past weekend.
All right, we got about 35 seconds. Oh, jeez. Got an amendment to the story about the guys in Iraq.
What'd they say?
I'll tell you. We've got 15 seconds. I'll tell you what it is here in a second. Oh, man. All right, guys. Be right back. What has been stolen from you at work? Some great stories today. 800-394-1061. Still feel free to call, comment, and text.
So Melissa chimed in on the stream, Kotter, and she said, when I taught school, the children would steal anything from me. My cell phone, money, candy. I had a locked drawer for my things, and they knew how to pick the lock. After the cell phone incident, which I recovered, I had to leave my things at home.
Whoa.
As a child, did you know how to pick a lock?
No, I couldn't do it now.
I'm a grown-ass man. I do not know how to pick a lock. Wait, is that a skill you're supposed to know?
I wish I did. I wish I had that
Who could teach us how to pick a lock? Hit us up. I feel like that's a video.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Someone teach us how to pick locks so in the future we can become international crime thieves, criminals, people.
How old are these kids? Did she say?
No,
it's got to be like at least junior high school,
those
right?
kids are smarter than us. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't take much.
I was going to say, we're community
college those kids are geniuses. That's high-level stuff. Now, Elaine also hit us up on the stream, Kotter.
Yeah.
She said, I had stuff stolen from my desk at a remote office. I was constantly replacing random desk items, and I got sick of it. So I bought a voodoo doll, and I put it on my desk. She goes, no one ever stole anything ever again from me.
That is the best idea ever.
Yeah, I like that. Playing mind games. I love it, Elaine.
So if I bought a voodoo doll and just like attached it at my door to my office, would nobody ever come in to bother me again?
Well, here's the thing. If you just like put Scotch tape on it, yeah, like probably they would mess with you.
Right.
But if you took like a steak knife and like drove it through like the body of it, like right into your door, I think people would second guess it.
I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm in for this. All right, so we did get a lot of response on the Facebook page for today's question. What has been stolen from you at work? Now, the overwhelming answer, and I'm lumping some of them together because it's basically the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So what has been stolen from you at work? My time.
Yep.
My happiness.
Oof.
My life.
Yikes.
My soul.
Really? How does that work?
I don't know.
The Shang Tsung from Mortal Kombat? Did you work with him?
I mean, have you ever been in a position, Marshall, to where you had a job so bad, it literally sucked your will to live?
So when I first moved to Las Vegas, I didn't have a job. I just went there because I didn't want to live in Illinois anymore, which I think a lot of people can relate to. Like if I was like, what if you lived in Nebraska or a Dakota? You'd be like, I'd not want to live there. So I decided to move to Las Vegas. I had a girlfriend there at the time, and I was going to move in with her, and I didn't have a job. So I immediately went to the local radio station and I got a job, but it was just part-time.
Yeah.
So I needed another job to float me while I was trying to get a full-time job. And it took about 3 or 4 months, but I finally got that job. But in the meantime, I worked overnight at Walgreens.
Yeah.
It is, and no offense to anyone working at Walgreens, that's a job specifically for someone not like me, who's a professional smartass, who's not great at what you would call customer service or caring or paying attention to anything. I just wasn't built to work for a Walgreens. And I mean, it was like against everything that I really just believed in general. I like to be creative and I like to be stupid and joke around with my friends. That's not the place to do it. I mostly just sold Newports, Arizona teas, and I fronted like all the store shelves, so it looked like everything was full. That's what I did for like 8 hours a night. Ugh. That is completely soul sucking. Thankfully, it only took about 3 or 4 months, and then a guy at the radio station got a DUI, lost his job, and I got it.
Nice.
Woo!
Congratulations.
Drinking and driving finally helped me out.
I mean, what does it say though? I mean, I feel so bad. It's like to be in a position, where, I mean, you spend so much time at work. It's such a big part of your life. Yeah. And to have to go in and it be that miserable, I mean, that sucks so bad. Yeah, that's the worst. That sucks so bad.
That's when you drive in every day and you're like, man, it'd be cool if the building which got hit by lightning. Wouldn't that be something? Just hit by lightning today. I can just drive right back home.
So anybody who puts that your job stole your life, your will to live, your soul, I'm so sorry.
Your happiness.
I'll buy you a beer. I don't know. What can I do to make it better?
That's a lot of people to buy a beer for.
Oh, you have to find me. I'm very, very shifty.
401 Mall Boulevard. Sweet 101D. He drives a silver car.
Okay, stop there.
No, what's your license plate?
No. All right, coming up next.
912. What's the next number? 3? I think it's 3.
It's 3.
Oh, nice.
Coming up next.
5.
Quizzed in the face.
4.
I'm getting quizzed in the face.
You
today.
are getting quizzed in the face.
What's the quiz today?
All right, so obviously Labor Day weekend is upon us. A lot of people celebrating, but most people don't know that America stole Labor Day from other countries. Okay. And that day was called May Day. So I'm going to break out some May Day traditions for you, and you're just going to have to tell me whether they're real May Day traditions or just something I decided to make up.
I can't wait to hear the ones you made up. All right, quizzed in the face coming up next. Here's The Who and Papa Roach, as Wolf told him. Kotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
All right. Melissa said those kids were in middle school who picked the lock. Yeah, they're geniuses. Damn. I would have given them a good grade. Give my phone back, but also you get an A.
Is that an A in science? Science? Where do you do that?
Mechanical theory? Is that a subject? John says, I'm in love with Wanda Plummer. Okay. Good for you, man. Me too.
I was going to say, I think we all are.
Platonically.
Let's be honest.
Yeah. She's married and has a lot of children. I don't want to get into that. So many kids to feed. Ugh, out. Sorry, Wanda. I'll hook you up with some concert tickets, though. Love me.
That is crazy, Melissa. My wife's a teacher, so yeah, I can feel your pain living vicariously through her.
Do you think your wife knows how to pick a lock?
No.
Maybe the children immediately. No, I don't think so.
No, I'm pretty positive she doesn't. Oh, the military story. Thank you. All right, so this is from the guys that took everything from the 106 before the replacements came in. Now, one of those things they took were dirt bikes. So he said, side note, we got in trouble riding the dirt bikes, not because we stole them. Apparently, the fields where they were at were uncleared minefields. So they were out riding dirt bikes on minefields.
Oh, my God.
So they are lucky to be alive.
Ask him how long did you ride the dirt bikes? Or how many days did it take for you guys to be told not to do that? Because they were out there for 2 weeks riding dirt bikes and literally no one hit a mine. That's impressive.
See what he says.
All right, so Damon just chimed in with a work story.
Okay.
He goes, my work thief story is short, but good. He goes, I told you guys about my car accident that left me jobless for 6 months. My first job after I was cleared to work again, they tried to steal my first 2 weeks' pay from me, and it took me threatening to sue, call corporate, and get in touch with the Better Business Bureau to get my money.
Crap.
Doesn't sound like you were working for a great spot there.
No. They've been middle fingers on my way out.
But kudos to you for getting paid, man. Sometimes you got to, get him in a headlock.
All right, just over a minute. Quizzed in the face coming up.
Slap a bitch in the face.
After 8 o'clock, is Batman, the new Batman, is it a horror movie?
I hope so.
Dude, I am down for this. I hope this is true. Mm-hmm. Supposedly there was some screenings done recently, and somebody posted to Twitter who had a friend that went. We've got a concert pooper story.
Oh, yeah.
Happened in the pit at a show out in California. So we'll see if you got any stories, any crazy stuff that happened while you're in the pit, while you're watching people in the pit. Be sure to share those.
You know who's got a good story? I guarantee Thomas. Thomas, if you're still around, dude, I know you got a good pit story for us. He goes to a bunch of shows.
Yeah, Damon, I don't blame you. I would have walked out, middle fingers flying.
How about this? I'm going to boycott that specific company for today for you. I will not go to that said grocery store for the next 24 hours, starting 7 hours and 41 minutes ago.
That's fair. All right, guys, got about 15 seconds. Be right back. How well do I know my, European holidays? I'm going to guess not very well, but we'll get the quiz in the face here in a second. Don't forget, jump on the stream, join the Horde, learn about Cake Day. It's going down this Saturday.
It involves free cake.
It involves free cake.
To clear that up.
This is fantastic. Yeah. So get on the Horde, or get on the stream, join the Horde, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Right now, though, it is time for me to get quizzed in the face.
All right, everyone. So obviously Labor Day weekend is upon us. It's a celebration of the American workforce, but internationally there is a similar holiday known as May Day. It's obviously celebrated on the 1st of May every year, and that's an international celebration of workers. Now, this is celebrated primarily in European countries, South America as well. So what I did was I went and looked up their traditions in celebration of their own Labor Day, once again, that we stole. And what I'm going to do today, Kotter, is I'm going to throw out some common May Day traditions in different countries. And you just need to tell me whether that is a May Day tradition or it's just something that I made up. So say May Day or not May Day.
Okay.
Very simple. You ready to go?
I'm ready. Bring it on, man. Let's do this.
All right. So once again, quizzing Kotter in the face on these May Day traditions that you may be well aware of or maybe not. So
no.
Tradition number 1. Small children don't wear shoes. Is this a May Day tradition or not?
Why is that a thing?
I'll tell you why after you tell me.
How is that celebrating the worker? Sure. We'll say that is a May Day tradition.
Kotter.
That is correct.
That is a May Day tradition.
Why?
Well, I mean, International Workers' Day. It's celebrating the worker. They don't let their children wear shoes, or the children don't want to wear their shoes because they're not working. They're just taking it easy.
So is this the same May Day as the kids danced around the pole?
Quite possibly.
Okay.
Quite possibly. We'll find out.
Did I just steal a tradition?
Now,
Sorry.
number 2, May Day tradition or not.
Okay.
Destruction of mailboxes with magic sticks. Is this a May Day tradition or not?
So is this like Lil' Kim's, kind of magic stick, or what are we talking?
I mean, it's up to you for your interpretation. But once again, quizzing Kotter in the face on May Day traditions, which is essentially our Labor Day. Is destructing mailboxes with magic sticks a May Day tradition or not?
I want this to be true, and I want to get in on this tradition. So if it's not true, we need to start it. But I'm going to say it is not a May Day tradition.
That is correct.
That is correct, Kotter. All right, 2 for 2 to start off with. But trust me, it doesn't get any easier than this.
Okay. All
right, coming in number 3, May Day tradition or not, do they make wooden crowns of sticks?
This sounds like some weird cult. What's going on?
I have no idea.
Are we celebrating work, or are we joining a cult and getting brainwashed?
Once again, May Day International Worker Celebration. They do it on May 1st every year. It's the equivalent of our Labor Day that we do, obviously, this weekend. Is that a May Day tradition or not?
I like just grilling out and having a beer. I'm going to say not a May Day tradition.
That is correct.
That is also correct. They actually make them out of flowers. They do flower crowns. Yes, there are crowns that they do for this. This next one, I know you're going to love, and you're going to have a tough time with, so I hope you're ready.
I'm ready.
Is this a May Day tradition or not? Do they make a fire and jump over it to scare raccoons?
What does raccoons have to do with any of this? I'm so confused. Oh man, it's got to be something you made up. No, it's not a May Day tradition.
That is correct.
That is also correct. You're absolutely killing it right now. So that actually is a tradition, but they don't do it to scare raccoons. They do it to scare snakes. They do it to scare snakes.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
don't know.
I don't either.
I literally don't know.
I don't know.
May Day has been going on for quite a long time.
guess.
Before the times of maybe, I don't know, music and pubs.
And fun.
Yeah. All right, so we got one more for you before we take a break. You're absolutely slaying our quiz in the face today. One more for you.
Okay.
How about this? A yearly crowning of the May Day Queen and a celebration song called the May Day Song. Is that a May Day celebration or not?
I'm going to say yes. Yes, it is.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm going to stay with it. Oh, wow.
That is correct.
All right, Kotter is killing the first half of Quizzed in the Face today. It's based upon May Day celebrations in other countries, the equivalent to our own Labor Day. So we got 5 more coming up here in just a few moments. Damon, yes, Cake Day is different than a birthday.
And for Cake Day, we're celebrating the fact that we made it 30 days without a issue in the studio preventing us from doing our job.
Yeah, so that was like during the month of July.
Yeah.
If we continued on and tried to do like 45 days, it definitely wouldn't have held up.
Wouldn't have made it.
Definitely not. All right, Kotter, we got 5 more for you on this May Day celebration. There's some interesting ones in
Okay.
here. So,
There's some interesting ones in round 1.
There definitely was.
We're going to come right out of the stop set.
I don't think you're going to be going perfect on the second half. There's some zingers in there. Could be wrong. I could be wrong.
Excuse me.
I gotcha. We're old, Damon. You're asking a lot from us to know all the current Reddit culture. So Joe Rogan was diagnosed with COVID-19 yesterday. Did you hear about this? See this?
I did.
So he said he threw the kitchen sink at his COVID-19. So he was diagnosed apparently over the weekend. He said Sunday was a terrible day. He goes, I got fevers, the sweats. He said it was pretty bad. He said Monday was better, Tuesday was better, and yesterday he feels so much better. But he said that he actually threw the kitchen sink at treatments for him. So he said he took tons of treatments, including ivermectin, which is the deworming cow drug that the that the FDA said, please stop taking this cow dewormer to cure your COVID. But he said he took all of it. Joe Rogan is dumb as shit, right?
It's a weird choice. Weird choice to go down, but
yeah.
Okay.
So he said he took everything. He said he experienced fevers and sweats in the first night, and of course he got better. Now Joe's in pretty good shape. I mean, he's well known for training in MMA combat sports, although he's just a commentator. But and Joe's he's older too. He's probably in his early 50s or so. But I love Joe Rogan. I don't listen to his podcast because they're extremely long. I don't know why. He does like a couple days a week. He does like these 3-hour shows multiple times a week. Just ridiculous. But he is something special. I love that he absolutely was like, although I saw things telling me not to take ivermectin, the cow dewormer drug, just went ahead and took it just in case.
So we got a response back from an update here. Asked how long did you ride the bikes before you realized about riding on a minefield?
Yeah.
He said, we didn't. The MPs were at the edge of the field waving their arms. They got a bullhorn and started yelling into it. The fact they wouldn't come into the field to chase us made us stop and ask why. And then he said probably like a week. So,
oh my God.
So yeah, I just put damn. That is a great story. That is awesome. All right, we got about a minute and a half.
Sean says, what if he was BSing? I don't know. I guess that would be fine. It'd be, honestly, maybe he was just trying to be funny. For a comedian, he doesn't do a great job of that. I did actually watch Joe Rogan's last comedy special on Netflix. Maybe not his last one. Maybe the one before his last one.
Right.
It was decent. I didn't know Joe Rogan was funny at all.
Yeah, I mean, it's like that you get different people. I mean, because it's like for UFC, he's one person.
Mm-hmm.
On the podcast, he's another. And then it's like, three faces of Joe Rogan.
Yeah, he definitely, when his comedy, he's a decent comedian.
Yeah.
He does a lot of yelling during his sets as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Didn't he get a start in the TV show News Radio?
Yeah, I mean, he was on News Radio, then he hosted Fear Factor.
Yeah.
And then he kind of fell into the UFC hosting gig, which he was oddly missing for, I think, the last big fight. And
Really?
I don't think they ever really decided why or told anyone why.
All right, guys, be right back. Who knew I knew so much about the holiday May Day? I'm killing it, quizzed in the face today. 5 out of 5 in the first half. I'm feeling really good.
All right. Well, hopefully we'll take that feeling away, Kotter. Yeah, you currently are 5 for 5 when it comes to quiz in the face. So Labor Day is obviously coming up this weekend. It's a celebration of the American workforce, but America stole that tradition. Because internationally, there's an International Workers' Day called May Day. Now, this happens on the 1st of May every single year, predominantly done in European countries, South American countries, and they have some really weird traditions because they've been doing it for a very, very long time.
Right.
So let's get into some more maybe traditions from May Day, Kotter. So let's go ahead and jump into the second half of Quiz in the Face. Like you said, you're perfect as of this moment.
Feeling good.
Let's see if that continues. All right. So is this a May Day tradition or not? Small children go place to place begging for money or bread. Is that a May Day tradition or not?
What the heck? I don't get these holidays, man. I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. I'm going to say, you know what? That sounds weird enough. Yes, it's a May Day tradition.
That is a May Day
correct.
tradition. You are continuing on absolutely NBA Jam hot. So that's predominantly done in Portugal.
Okay.
So people wake up early in the morning. Their small children will go out from place to place begging for bread or money. Apparently, that's just a tradition in Portugal.
So each country has their own variation of.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I mean, yeah, it's just not like everyone does the same thing. There wasn't like
I didn't know there's rules.
Yeah, there wasn't like MySpace back where they could share their traditions. So moving on to our next one, a May Day tradition or not, is a maypole created from wood and ribbons attached to dance. Is that a May Day tradition?
I'm going to say that is.
That is. You mentioned
is
it earlier.
correct.
It's also featured in a movie called Midsummer, which is absolutely terrifying. Maybe watch it. Yeah, actually, it's a perfect time of year to watch it. All right, moving on. Is the drinking of warm cow milk straight from the udder for luck a May Day tradition or not? Once again, the drinking of warm cow milk straight from the udder for luck. Is that a May Day tradition or not?
Oh, man. Because that one, out of all the weird ones, you're like, this is the one that you're like, yeah, that just seems to make sense. But I'm going to say it's not.
Kotter, you are absolutely
wrong again.
Incorrect. That actually is a May Day tradition. I forgot to write the country down on that one, but it happened in a weird one.
Okay.
One of those weird countries.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. May Day tradition number 9. Once again, Labor Day weekend is this weekend. May Day is essentially Labor Day weekend for every other country in this world. Is this a May Day tradition or not? Single men are encouraged to sing mating songs at daybreak to their love interests. Is that a May Day tradition or not?
If it is, I'm guessing women all over Europe are telling them to please stop. I'm going to say it is not.
That is correct.
That is correct. Not a May Day tradition. All right,
Okay.
Kotter, you were slaying Quiz in the Face today. You're 8 for 9. Let's see if you can wrap this up with a good old 90% average. Dressing like a horse creature to capture fair maidens. Is that a May Day tradition or not? Once again, dressing like a horse creature to capture fair maidens. Is that a May Day tradition or not?
So what's a horse creature? What's the difference between a horse creature and a horse?
I don't know. I'm not going to give you any clues here.
I'm going to say, you know what? Yes, that is a tradition.
That is correct.
That is a tradition.
hell?
They're
Yeah.
dressed in like black cloaks with these homemade, like insanely disturbing horse heads. And
Okay.
yeah, they literally run out and grab girls off the street. And it's just a good old hoot and holler for good old May Day celebrations.
All right, there you go. Quizzed in the Face. It is back on Tuesday, coming up after 8 o'clock. So we're getting a new Batman movie starring Robert Pattinson. It's coming out in 2022. Supposedly, a screening recently took place. And the big question now is this new Batman film a horror movie? We'll talk about it. Coming up after 8, Kotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
All right. Good morning, Mac. How are you? Glad to see everyone on the chat today. Second half of the show. We are halfway done with the show today here in the 8 o'clock hour. Yeah, we're going to talk about if Batman is a horror movie. We have a serial pooper at a concert in California. Jeffe, the new music Betta Fish, chooses some new music for us. We'll play trivia. We'll actually announce our first 6 people into the Kotter and Marshall Fantasy Football League. We'll announce those names coming up here in just a little bit. Then we'll wrap up the show with Marshall's music news. Heading into our Friday, Beer for Breakfast is tomorrow. Travis Jowden will be joining us live in studio. He is the Connect Savannah Award winner for Best Podcast, Best Local Podcast.
All right, we'll be right back, guys. Give me 1 second. I didn't make it. I watched the first part of AEW last night. I didn't get to all of it. I'm going to try to finish it up today. So I haven't seen the new black-haired Kenny Omega.
Yeah, I saw him last night. He had like a black, like purple type of thing going on with his hair. Yeah, I figured, last night, because my wife was doing her brother's fantasy football league draft, it was a good night for me just to watch wrestling in front of her because I wanted to be kind of up to date when it came to wrestling to watch the pay-per-view this weekend. So, I actually watched a good amount of AEW last night.
I'll finish it up. I'll finish it up today. Let's see. Don't need that anymore. There we go. All right.
How much time are we looking at?
We've got 1, 2. Let's see. Then we're going to go right into that. We've got 7 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, 6, 7 minutes.
I'm going to go use the restroom while we have a moment.
So for my son's birthday, I bought him AEW tickets for Orlando next month, and of course he's going to take me with him. Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. Yeah, I don't know. I'm so happy AEW has been working out the way it has, because it's more of a product I want to watch. So it was cool to see CM Punk get a little physical last night, hitting his first go to sleep in AEW. That was awesome. The way he fell when he got tackled, I was worried because it looked like his leg stayed in one place and he went back. And I was like, oh, don't hurt him right away, guys. But I think he's all right. A new fresh feeling back. Dude, Nathan, I 100% agree. And then I read somewhere today, sorry, get nerdy now. Read somewhere today that Bruce Pritchard and Vince are taking over NXT completely. They're going to write it and produce it. So that ought to be great. I'm being sarcastic. I'm glad AEW has done what they've done. I had some, not issues, questions in the beginning, but I think they've proven themselves to know what they're doing. Even when they maybe make a mistake with a storyline or a character, they seem to be able to correct that pretty quickly. It's more the wrestling product I want to watch. I mean, I'll still, just trained into WWE. I mean, at this point in time, I'm basically only watching WWE pay-per-views. I'm not watching Raw. I'm not watching SmackDown. But AEW, every week, I'll watch Dynamite and Rampage. I like it. They're good. They're doing good. All right, so we got some commercials. Going to get to Three Doors Down when I'm gone, and then going to dive into this, is Batman a horror movie? Who is it, Nathan? Yeah, psychological thriller would fit Batman feel really well. Yeah, I agree. I think, I'm a huge Batman fan. It's like if you made me choose favorite superhero, I'd probably say Batman, but giving us kind of a different take on the character for this would be really awesome. Nathan, it's not quite Attitude Era WWE, but it's close. Agreed. And it doesn't even have to go all the way back to the Attitude Era. It's just got a more, I don't know, it's adult feel to it. It's still fun. Kids could still get into it, but don't feel like they're insulting my intelligence. AEW is on TNT. Wednesday night, 8 to 10. Friday night, 10 to 11. And then the pay-per-view, I think you can get on Barstool Sports. Not Barstool
Bleacher
Sports.
Report.
Bleacher Report. And something else. And just probably typical pay-per-view stuff. Do it, Wanda. Do it. Have fun. Congratulations. Happy anniversary. All right, we got about 4 minutes.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Robert Pattinson is playing Batman, Wanda. Just a heads up. Or sorry, Sandy. I apologize. She asked who was playing him.
Okay. He's a good actor, man. I think he gets kind of pigeonholed with the whole Twilight thing. But he has made some interesting career choices. Him and Daniel Radcliffe both have made some interesting post, that big, Harry Potter, Twilight career choices to where they've done some weird things. They've done some awesome things. So
actually, I was on Amazon Prime the other night, and for some reason it was like movies we think you'll like, and it was 2 movies back to back that I've actually seen before. But Daniel Radcliffe was in a movie called The Jungle, where he was he got lost in the jungle by himself, and
I've heard this one.
He almost died out there. It was based on a true story. Where,
okay.
This guy was out in the jungle in some South American country, and he was pretty much on his deathbed, and he was found by a river, by like a helicopter or by some hikers, and survived.
Damn.
It was a great story of like survival.
Right.
And he's in like an over the top, like almost video game ish movie called Guns Akimbo.
I haven't watched it yet.
Where they essentially, it's a future dystopian weird future where it's like they do this video game where they just randomly take normal citizens and they'll like give you a gun, and essentially you have to survive for a certain amount of time. If you survive, you earn a bunch of money,
right?
But you never know if you're going to get chosen. Well, he did something to someone, and they come to his apartment at night. They knock him out. He wakes up, and they've like bolted guns to his hands, so he can't do anything because he has guns attached to his hands. And it's stupid. It's a stupid premise, but it's so funny.
Yeah.
And it's actually a pretty good film, and it's available on Amazon Prime if you have Amazon Prime.
Right.
If not, just steal it like everyone else will.
All right, we got 2 minutes.
What's it called again? It's called Guns Akimbo, and I think the other one is called The Jungle. I'll look it up here in just a second. I'll pop this up real quick. Yeah, it's just called Jungle. So it's based on Yossi Ginberg's 1981 Journey into the Amazon Rainforest. It was directed by blah, 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 blah. It was based on Yossi's 2006 book, Jungle, a Harrowing True Story of Adventure, Danger, and Survival. So, I mean, he lost like a bunch of weight, like in this film. Like he has his shirt off and it's like he's skin and bones.
Yeah.
He goes like full method, Christian Bale.
Yeah, Christian Bale, yeah.
Yeah. So, like, it is very cool. Jungle and Guns Akimbo, Akimbo. Both weird Daniel Radcliffe movies that are well worth it. Also, when it comes to Robert Pattinson, The Lighthouse with Willem Dafoe in it.
Yeah.
Another movie that I'm pretty sure is on Amazon Prime. That's insane. It's like a black and white horror, thriller, psychological thing. Super fun.
Nathan said, watch Swiss Army Man. I know of the movie. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, Swiss Army Man. So Daniel Radcliffe plays pretty much a dead body. And Paul Dano, who is actually playing the Riddler in the Batman film, he gets lost and finds the body, and he thinks it's alive, sort of. So anyway, it's a weird film. Fun, too.
All right, guys, be right back. So we've gotten several Batman movies throughout the years, several different people playing the character.
Yeah.
We've never got a true dark version of Batman when it comes to a movie. Christian Bale's probably the close-ish by default.
It's the most realistic, I guess, Batman out of all of them was Christian Bale's, yeah.
Yeah, so the new movie called The Batman, featuring Robert Pattinson, set to be released March of 2022. Now, we may have our first real reactions of the movie. It's not fully confirmed, but according to a tweet by the GOAT Movie Podcast co-host Angel, you can find her on Twitter at BlueRayAngel.com. It says, the Batman movie is a horror movie. Very graphic, very dark, very scary. Paul Dano is effing crazy, so effing scary. I loved every second. Now, this was according to a friend of Blu-ray Angel who supposedly saw a screening of the movie.
Well, it makes sense. I mean, we're within about 6 months of this film being released because the Batman's set to come out on March 4th of next year. So, yeah, I mean, within 6 months of a film being released, they're tweaking music, they're editing the film, and what people said was this film is actually the people who went and screened it. It's almost 3 hours long, which makes a lot of sense because of the director, Matt Reeves. Now, Matt Reeves did the Planet of the Apes trilogy, the new one that came out with Andy Serkis, who played Caesar. Like, those films are excellent, but he made some girthy films during that process.
I'm guessing they'll cut it down. We're not going to get a 3 hour Batman movie, right?
I bet you it's around 2.5 hours.
You think so?
It's supposed to be more of a detective tale than we've seen just like a straight up kind of superhero-ish Batman film.
Yeah.
So I think this is kind of cool, man.
Yeah, if you give us, it doesn't have to be a full-on horror movie, but if it's a psychological thriller, something along those lines, which would fit well if they're going detective, based. I'd be down for that, man. Give me something a little bit different with this Batman movie besides just the actor.
Now, when it comes to Batmans, are we both going to agree that Christian Bale's the best? Because Christian Bale is the best Batman for me. A lot of people are mad about certain Batmans not being higher up on the list because people will fight about the best Batman. But I think Christian Bale's the best.
I'm a Michael Keaton guy.
Yeah.
When that movie came out, I was in junior high. It came out in 1989, and it stuck with me. It's like, Superman came out before it. So there were superhero movies pre the 1989 Batman. But to me, it was like, it blew me away because it was a comic book come to life where the Batman flick was cool. The Superman flick was cool, but still kind of cheesy in a way. Christopher Reeve's a great Batman, but he didn't have the physique. He didn't, it didn't really look the part. To me,
Christopher Reeves being Batman?
Yeah, in the very first one, in the 1980s.
He was?
Yeah.
Christopher Reeves Superman?
Superman. I meant Superman.
Okay,
Sorry.
good Lord.
No, I'm talking the Superman movies. Yeah, but Michael Keaton is Batman.
Right.
That movie, Michael Keaton's the best.
Yeah, I think Michael Keaton's cool. I like Ben Affleck a lot. Would love to see more of the Snyderverse films, but I love Christian Bale, but this movie sounds incredible. Now, people are saying great things about Zoe Kravitz. She's playing Catwoman in this film. They said that she's possibly the best Catwoman of all time, which is very interesting. She's showed up in pretty much all the Batman series. So Michelle Pfeiffer, I think, is my favorite Catwoman of all time.
I can go with that, yeah.
Yeah, and then they said there's a scene at the end of the movie during the screening where everyone gasped. Now, we're talking about the Batman, the movie that's setting to come out next year. They said, I don't give a blank about Batman or DC. Even I clenched onto a knee and was shook at the ending of this Batman film. They said it was the biggest mic drop of all time. that just gets me more excited about this.
Why do we have to wait till March?
Yeah.
Why can't we give me the 3-hour, not completely edited version and give it to me now?
The original release date was actually next month before they moved it. So
dang
yeah,
it, I
know
want this movie. All right, coming up here after new Aaron Jones, got a story about a concert pooper. It is what it is, man.
Right.
In the pit at a show this past weekend, and poop got everywhere. We'll tell you about the story coming up next. This is Supercharged. Aaron Jones, Kotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
So in this article, the string of tweets this person released said they were talking to a friend about a screening of the Batman that took place. They said that Robert Pattinson's voice as Batman, people kind of made fun of Christian Bale.
Yeah.
His voice was too rough for Rachel. They said that it was perfect. It wasn't like over the top gruffy, kind of like Christian Bale's was.
Yeah.
So it sounds great, man. I'm excited to check this new Batman film out.
Yeah, I am too.
So, Nathan, you brought up Horns, another Daniel Radcliffe film. I don't think I've ever seen that one.
I once again heard of it. I have not seen it.
Maybe I have. Hold on, let me look it up real quick. I feel like I've seen this film, quite possibly. It came out in 2013, called Horns. It's a comedy horror film based on Joe Hill's 2010 novel, graphic novel. What a cast. Daniel Radcliffe, Juno Temple. Juno Temple's in Ted Lasso.
Okay.
Heather Graham is in this film. People didn't seem to love it. It only has like a 50% approval rating.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Yeah, but Daniel Radcliffe has done some really weird stuff. Robert Pattinson did a great film. I watched it on Netflix last year during the pandemic. Let me go to his IMDb and figure it out. But it was a great movie where essentially he was a drug dealer screw up on the run from the police.
Okay. Yeah, Daniel Radcliffe, basically, I mean, he made so much money with Harry Potter. He never needs to do anything ever again. So
No.
he doesn't have to do the movie for the payday. He can just do whatever he wants for the hell of it. And he's in that TV series on TBS.
Mm-hmm.
So they're into season 3. I can't think what it's called now. Into season 3. First one was by far the best. And then basically it became an anthology type thing. So it's the same actors, but they're playing different roles.
Yeah.
So it was like medieval times. The first one was about basically Steve Buscemi was God, but he was like, when it came to the family of, his family, he was like the black sheep of the family.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't the brightest guy in the world. So they had to save the planet. That one was so good. Second one was okay. This one is set. It's called Oregon Trail. I haven't started watching it yet. I'll probably dive into it a little bit to see what it is. But it's fun. It's different. So
the show's called Miracle Workers.
There you go. Thank you.
And yeah, it's on TBS. You can also watch it on Hulu. I watched the first season, and first season was fun. And then I didn't think they were going to bring it back. I saw that they did, and I'm like, nope, don't need any more of that.
Yeah, no. If they would have stuck with the same kind of concept as the first season, I think I would have been in. I just didn't like the new concept. All right, guys, be right back. It is the Kotter and Marshall Show. Good morning. Thank you for hanging out. Now, when you're at a show, there's a pit going on. You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Anything's possible.
True.
So the band Turnstile, they're doing a show at a Vets Hall in Santa Cruz, California. Went down August 30th. Now, Twitter has become a buzz ever since the show. And unfortunately, and I'm not even saying the band's performance was bad. From everything I heard, it was good. But the Twitter is blazing, not because of the band, but more the fact that someone may have taken a dump or crapped themselves while in the pit.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird situation. So Turnstile is kind of like this thrash metal punk band, and they're cool, and they just put out a new album. Apparently it's very good, called Glow On. And yeah, they were playing at that Vets Hall, where apparently in the pit or somewhere close to the front of the stage, someone took a deuce. And I get it. Sometimes the moment hits you. Just the other day, we just came off the air. Kotter took a sip of coffee, and Kotter looks at me and he goes, "I'll be right back."
Yeah.
And you could tell he had the coffee poops.
It hit instantly.
You could just tell, like the moment it went into his stomach, it hit that poop nerve, and Kotter had to poop immediately. And I don't judge him for it.
No.
Everyone poops. There's a book about it. Okay, so this came at a weird time because this person didn't try to run to the bathroom.
No.
They just pooped literally in the pit.
Now, everybody on, so I guess the poop was found on scene smeared on stage.
Mm-hmm.
So they thought somebody in the pit probably stepped in it.
Yeah.
Went up, maybe did some crowd surfing or got up the stage to do a stage dive and, smeared poop all over the stage. So Twitter tried to turn into Sherlock Holmes. They wanted to figure out who this mystery pooper was. But the footage that was shot of the concert and posted on YouTube, you can't tell.
Yeah, there's not enough.
It's going to remain, I think, a mystery unless this person comes forward on their own.
I don't think that's going to happen.
No.
We need other angles. We need another poop angle.
There's video out there that somebody took on their cell phone. You just need to go through it because somebody's going to be like, "Oh dear Lord, I've got the footage, guys. I've got the footage."
And the angle has to be good. It can't be a crappy angle,
No pun intended. But
got onto that.
But Twitter went nuts over this. This may be one of the craziest things I've ever heard going down in the pit at a show.
I've never seen one like drop trow and lay out the trouser snake in a pool a pit before,
right?
Kotter. But I've the weirdest thing I actually ever seen in the pit was something that I didn't actually see myself.
Okay.
We were at Welcome to Rockville. It must have been like 5 years ago, and this is when Welcome to Rockville was in Jacksonville.
Right.
And my wife, she's like, "Hey, I'm gonna go check out In Flames. You're doing your interviews backstage, yada, yada, yada. I'll see you later." I'm like, cool. So we got done with our interviews, and I text her, and I'm like, "Hey, where are you?" And she just sends me a video, and it's this girl, and she's tiny. She's probably like 5'3", 5'4", and she's completely topless at that point, and she is throwing bows in the pit. And I'm not talking like friendly, like kind of, like pits where guys are kind of like doing the bunny hop and then kind of throwing a shoulder. She is throwing bows to knock teeth out. So she sends me this video, this 30-second video of like throwing bows, and there's not great cell phone. Yeah. So immediately I watch this video. I'm like, where are you? I would also like to see this. And by the time I found her, it was over with. But what a moment in history at Welcome to Rockville that was.
For me, one that stood out was Stone Temple Pilots played the Illinois State Fair. I was still in high school.
My brother was at that show.
Oh, was he?
Yes, he was.
So they double sold tickets. We initially had tickets up in the grandstand because it's like on a racetrack.
Yeah.
So we had tickets up in the grandstand, and we go to get our seats, and there's somebody already sitting there. I'm like, "Hey, guy, come on. My look at my ticket.
Get out of
seat."
here.
And he goes, "Look at my ticket. This seat." I went, "Okay, fair enough." So went and found somebody working the show, and then all of a sudden there's like 20 other people that it happened to as well.
Yeah.
And initially they're like, "Oh, you can sit over here." I had right middle stage, right in the middle of the stage in the grandstand. They're going to put us in front of a TV screen, and we all got ticked. There's like, no. We bought tickets here. They're like, "All right, well, you can go down to the track." And we're like, "Score."
Yeah.
So we're going down to the track. It's me and my brother. My brother is super tiny, skinny kid. So we're down there, and there's a pit. Usually not my thing, so I'm just kind of staying away. And, I mean, you know what? You're in the pit. Do whatever you want. But every now and then, you get that one overly aggressive a-hole that just, I'm a badass. I will kick anybody's ass. There was that person in the pit. Came real close to hitting my brother, real close to hitting other people that wanted no part of this.
Right.
And he was just making people mad. Well, then there was a bigger dude who walked right over, and he goes, "All right, you want to play?" He dropped this guy, knocked him out. He laid down on the track because, he was like, "I'm not having any of this." Dropped him. The guy just dropped down to the track. It was a big thud. We all went, "Yeah!" And then we enjoyed the show. It was fantastic.
And that guy never woke up. You just saw a dude get murdered, and you cheered, you animal.
We stepped on over him and got close to the stage.
The Coliseum. You're a monster.
All right. If you had any weird experiences while in the pit at the show, hit us up. You can comment on the chat or hit us up with a text, 800-394-1061. Coming up next, Jeffe 2, the new music beta fish. He's going to select a new song for us. It's either Dead, D-E-D, Kill Beautiful Things, or Dead Sarah, Heroes. Jeffe 2 is coming up. Kotter and Marshall Show, Rock 1061.
All right, Jeffe, it's time to get to work, buddy. Got to knock on his cage. Let him know that it's time. Sean goes, so it was a shit pit. Juana says they need to hire the folks that did the Don't F with Cats documentary. Yeah, that's a good one. Speaking of documentaries, I checked out the Woodstock 99 documentary that is really, really good. And then, there was another one. Oh, apparently there's like a Tina Turner documentary that I think my wife was gonna watch the other night.
Okay.
Apparently there's a good one there as well.
That'd be. I mean, she has lived a life, man. So yeah, I get that.
Let's go, Jeffe. The one day of work we make you do, well, work. Well, I hope they find that, that loose pooper on the loose pooper.
We're just going to come right out. We're the time. So that's gone.
How are we looking at time before we come out of this break here?
We are 6 minutes over, but I've got an extra song in because I've got both songs in depending on what Jeffe picks. No, I'm sorry, we're 6 minutes over, but 2 extra songs, and that one's going to drop. So we're doing okay. We've got about 1, 2, 3. We got about 4 minutes. We're just going to come right out of the break into Jeffe.
Sounds good to me. All right.
No.
Yeah, Don't F with Cats was a crazy documentary. I love that one. That was
good.
Right out of left field, where it went from like, oh, just someone killed a kitty cat to murder of a human.
Yeah, it was nuts.
Ziggy 3 Stacks. Question, should I sell Gus right now while I've gotten Gaskin, Cook, and North Harris? I have no idea what that means. Good luck, though. Yes. Do whatever you want. That movie I was talking about with Robert Pattinson, that was really good. That I watched on Netflix, was called Good Times.
No,
a really fun movie. Him and his brother, I think, try to rob a bank. His brother is a bit slow, and he gets caught being chased because they try to rob a bank and they get caught doing it. And Robert Pattinson gets away, but his brother does not. And he gets his brother out, and they go on the run. And it's actually a really cool film. Sad film. If you want to feel good about your future retirement, don't. Apparently, to this new post, Social Security costs are to exceed the revenue for the first time in 39 years.
Awesome.
According to ABC News, this story has come out. You're still a good 20-plus years from probably ever receiving Social Security, Kotter, so you're definitely screwed. Probably won't be there by the time that you try to pull out.
That's kind of what I figured.
So for the first time in 39 years, Social Security payments made to retired Americans this year and every year after will exceed tax revenues coming into the federal government in the wake of the coronavirus pandemic economic turndown, according to a new government report. Okay, so hopefully that will turn around. Social Security payments for retired Americans will be exhausted in 2034, a year earlier than previously predicted, says the 2021 report. What do you mean it'll be exhausted? After that, tax incomes will only convert 76% of anticipated benefits. Okay, cool. Everyone save every single dime you make. You'll be absolutely screwed in your older years.
Got about 45 seconds.
If you think that's bad news, our boss told us there's going to be another war and we're all going to die at our managers meeting.
Yeah, after we gave our top 5, here's what we need to do. And then he dropped that, no pun intended, bomb on us. And we're like, screw this. We just wanted to rip our top 5s up and go live life.
Yeah. Yeah, our boss is like, all right, everyone, doing great stuff. A-Dub was like, yeah, we're doing great stuff. A lot of work. There's going to be another war and a lot of people are going to die. So let's keep going. Like, what is that?
Thanks. Got an odd motivational tactic.
It was an interesting way of going about the meeting, but our boss is an interesting guy.
We'll be right back, guys. Jeffe2, the new music Betta Fish, picks a new song for us each and every Thursday. Today is no different. I've got 2 songs to select from. First is from the band Dead, D-E-D. Song is called Kill Beautiful Things. Like every other band on the planet, they planned on dropping new music in 2020. That didn't happen. Pandemic kind of got in the way, so they don't have a timeline now for the new album. They're going to hold on to it for a little bit, but they are going to give us little nuggets here and there of some new music. This first tune is called Kill Beautiful Things.
That jams. That jams.
That's kind of cool stuff. All right, the other choice is from the band Dead Sarah. Now, they first kind of hit it big in 2012. They had a song called Weatherman that did pretty well. They had some issues. I think lost their contract with the label, got recently re-signed. Now they're back. Their new single is called Heroes. So there you go. The other choice, Dead Sarah.
All right, so Dead will be on the left-hand side of the tank. Dead Sarah will be on the right-hand side of the tank. If you're watching the live stream, you see Jeffe, the new music Betta Fish, currently on screen. All right, Jeffe, give him a little note. All right, Jeffe, come on, man. Choose the music for us. Good boy. Be a good fishy.
He's just looking at you like you should be feeding me right now.
Yeah, well, I'll feed you. I'll give you a treat after. Be a good boy. All right, so he went to the right. Oh, no, wait, he went to the left. Now to the right. He's kind of making up his mind here. Really? All right. Treat after work now. All right, he is drifting over to the left. I'm going to say definitive play for Dead today.
All right, thank you, Jeffe2, the new music Betta Fish. This is the band Dead, D-E-D. The song is called Kill Beautiful Things. Jeffe2, the new music Betta Fish. Kotter and Marshall, Rock 106.1.
Get one nugget, buddy. It's floating behind you. It's behind you. Come on, Jeffe. Is there such thing as a blind fish? He may be blind. It's behind you. Come on, Jeffe.
All right, so there you go. Coming up next, looking for somebody to play some trivia.
Jeffe's not a morning person. We found that out. Big time, not a morning fish.
He way more active when we were doing the afternoon thing.
Is Jeffe all red? Yes, he is. Yep. He's currently laying on his little hammock. Sort of. Oh, I think he found his treat. All right, Jeffe, the new music Betta Fish. Thanks for joining the show and, of course, picking new music for us. Trivia is up next. Then after that, just a couple quick stories on remembering people's names. We'll announce the first 6 people that are joining our Fantasy Football League, and then we'll dive into Marshall's music news to wrap Thursday's show up. What do we got on the show tomorrow? We have beer for breakfast with Travis. What else do we got?
Tomorrow is Friday. I don't know. I think beer for breakfast. Is that it? Is that the only...
No, you're forgetting something. I thought you... Chris Jericho will be joining us at 8 a.m.
That's nothing major.
Kind of a...
No, nothing major.
Yep.
Nothing major. He gave one of the best promos I've seen him give in a while last night. He even did he brought, he used to do the Raw is Jericho thing.
Mm-hmm.
So he even kind of brought back that catchphrase a little bit just for the heck of it. It was good, though. It was very, very impassioned interview, a promo that he cut at MJF. So I'm really excited to see that match. I think he wins. I think he beat or shenanigans happen. He's not done wrestling.
Good old shenanigans. Yeah. I love it.
Because I mean, if they wouldn't have put the stipulation on, I say you have MJF win again because you're pushing him, as your future guy. But with the stipulation, I think Jericho wins because he's not done. I don't know if you've been watching. I haven't, but I don't know if you've been watching Hard Knocks, Marshall.
I actually have. Funny enough, I actually just caught up last night.
Oh, there you go. So you probably heard this during an interview on the show. Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott admitted that he's afraid of mascots and pretty much any character in a costume.
I don't know if I actually caught. I was loosely watching Hard Knocks. This year, the last couple of years of Hard Knocks have been really bad.
Okay.
Really bad. The last good one, I honestly think, was the Houston Texans when J.J. Watt was still on the team. He's with the Cardinals now, but and he had the chicken and shrimp guy. Chicken and shrimp. Remember him? He was fun.
Also, NFL announced Wednesday that the opening week matchup between the Saints and the Packers will actually played in Jacksonville.
Yeah, because the Superdome, which is the Mercedes-Benz Superdome now, which is weird.
No, it's not. No,
Caesar.
Yeah, because
Superdome,
it's no longer Mercedes-Benz. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's called the Caesar Superdome. Is apparently not workable right now. So yeah, so I thought they would give Green Bay an extra home game.
You'd think.
They're just moving it to Jacksonville.
I guess keep it neutral. I don't know. Also, the Slime Zone will be back because they're going to simulcast the Wild Card Weekend on Nickelodeon again.
Do we really need a Nickelodeon playoff game?
I think it's kind of fun. I mean, I think it's fun. Do something different. Why not?
I watched it for a little bit last year, and I was like, I can't watch this. I saw the gack or whatever coming out of the end zone after a touchdown. I'm like, this is stupid.
Well, yeah. All right, guys, be right back. Once again, new stuff from the band Dead Kill Beautiful Things. That was selected. Thank you to Jeffe 2, the new music Beta Fish. Right now, Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout? Brought to you by the Savannah Bar Crawl.
So let's hook you up with a pair of passes to go to that bar crawl. That's this coming Saturday. Georgia, Clemson go at it. I'm sorry. I don't think Georgia's going to win. I think Clemson's going to. All right, I'll stop. Positive vibes only. Georgia will definitely win this coming Saturday, but we have a pair of bar crawl passes for you to go hang out downtown Savannah, and all you have to do is be the first caller to call into us right now at 1-800-394-1061.
And then if you can be one of us, it's the bragging rights, man, because not that many listeners have. You're joining a very
exclusive.
Elite, it's a very elite and exclusive club. Mm-hmm. So call us now. Are you smarter than a community college dropout? 800-394-1061.
Sean says, Shorzy, my beta fish, has a blue body and red fins and a little white on his face. He's an ornery little bastard. Yeah, ours is pure red, man.
All right.
All right, so if we don't get any calls, we'll just go ahead and play for someone.
Yeah, we could do that.
Go back to that post that we had the other earlier this week.
Oh, you just want to go for them again?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Oops. Let's see.
Probably should have looked at like shifting some stuff around as we talked about.
Oh, yeah.
Let's talk about that this weekend.
That's fair. All comments. There we go. So you played for Kristen,
and then yours was Melissa.
Yep. So there's Marshall for the Win from Tracy Woods.
Mm-hmm.
There is Go Marshall from Joseph Madden.
Let's go. I'll go Joseph.
Okay. I'm going to go Andy Harville. Old school listener, been around for a while. All right, so we'll both have to go in the same break again, which is fine. Or we
all right, let's go.
Rock 106.1, who's this?
It's your favorite bald guy.
What is up, sir?
Let's play.
All right, who do you want to take on? Myself or Marshall?
Well, since Marshall had to get into the vanity mirror at the concert, let's go with Marshall.
All right, fair enough. Let me get my phone ready. All right, 7 questions, 60 seconds. Time will start as soon as I finish question number 1. If you don't know an answer, want to pass, feel free to do so. If you got time at the end, we'll come back to it. All right?
Ready.
All right, here we go. Question number 1 is multiple choice. What year did Mick Jagger turn 50 years old? Was it 1983, 1993, or 2003?
I will say 83.
Incorrect. The Ivory Coast is on what continent?
Africa.
That is correct. What is the piece of metal on a bridle that goes into a horse's mouth? A bit or a bite?
A bit.
That is correct. In what state is the TV show Stranger Things set?
Maine.
Incorrect. What color is a baby flamingo when it hatches?
Baby flamingo is white.
That is correct. We'll take that. What company developed the video game The Last of Us? Was it Lucky Dog or Naughty Dog?
I have no idea. Naughty Dog.
That is correct. And finally, what is the first rule of Fight Club?
Don't talk about Fight Club.
There you go. Done. All right, we'll get Marshall here. Marshall, Big Bald and Sexy went for 5 out of 7.
Good Lord, man.
Bringing it. All right, man, hang tight. We're going to run Marshall through the same 7 questions. 60 seconds. Your time will start as soon as I finish question number 1. It is multiple choice. Are you ready?
Let's go.
All right, number 1. What year did Mick Jagger turn 50 years old? 1983, 1993, or 2003?
2003?
Incorrect. The Ivory Coast is on what continent?
Africa.
That is correct. What is the piece of metal on a bridle that goes into a horse's mouth? A bit or a bite?
Oh. A bite?
Incorrect. In what state is the TV show Stranger Things set in?
Indiana.
That is correct. What color is a baby flamingo when it hatches?
White?
Yep. What company developed the game The Last of Us? Lucky Dog or Naughty Dog?
Naughty Dog.
That is correct. And finally, what is the first rule of Fight Club?
You don't talk about it.
That is correct. That means we got a 5-5 tie between Big Bald and Sexy and Marshall.
We're equally smart today, Charles. Congratulations.
Jesus Christ, that's like 4 times for us.
Take on Kotter next time, man.
I'm going to take on Kotter.
All right, man. Well, we got your info. Thank you so much for calling in. We'll reach out to you pretty quickly.
All right, guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, man.
See you. All right, let's go over the correct answers. In what year did Mick Jagger turn 50? 1993.
How old is Mick Jagger?
He's 78 years old.
Good Lord. I didn't think he was that old.
The Ivory Coast is on what continent? It is Africa. The bit is the metal piece on a bridle that goes in a horse's mouth. Stranger Things set in Indiana. Baby flamingo, when it hatches, would have taken either white or gray. Naughty Dog is the company that developed Last of Us. And yes, the first 2 rules of Fight Club, actually. You don't talk about Fight Club.
Don't talk about it, man.
We're back tomorrow, 8:30, another round of Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout, brought to you by the Savannah Bar Crawl, Rock 106.1.
All right, guys, we'll be right back. Cotter's going to edit that up. All right, guys, back on the live stream here with audio. Thanks for hanging around for us. Kotter just wrapped up editing our playthrough of Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout today. Congratulations to Charles for the tie today with me. With that being said, my record goes to 37 wins, 6 losses, and 8 ties, bringing down my winning percentage to 72.55 as we give the equal amount of ties as we do to losses. So right there, man, I'm getting ever so close to that 69%, which I'm kind of always shooting for. Have fun teaching that class, Greg.
All right, there we go.
All right, guys, we're going to be playing that audio back that you heard live here on the stream here in just a few moments. Then after that, got a small little break, and then we dive into our final hour of the show. Going to be announcing our first 6 people joining the Kotter and Marsh Show Fantasy Football League. You still have a chance and a choice to fill out that form at rock1061.com. The person that does the best during the regular season and the playoffs overall will win themselves a pair of Welcome to Rockville tickets for 2022, which they've already set the dates for. I believe the dates are like the 19th through the 22nd. So those dates are in stone. Welcome to Rockville returning to Daytona in middle of May for their next tour. Have a good one, Sean.
See you, Sean. Thank you for hanging. All right, give me 1 second. I'm gonna.
Okay. All right, guys. Thanks once again for hanging around with us this morning. If you're not up to anything tonight and you're in the Savannah area, I'm going to be hosting bingo over at the draft room at Berwick. That starts at 7 o'clock. It's right over next to like that Kroger, and it's the building where Fuddruckers used to be in. But yeah, if you guys are looking for some reason to get out of the house tonight, want to come and hang, play some trivia tonight, I'll be hosting bingo over at the draft room at Berwick. It usually goes for about like an hour and a half or so. And then we give out all sorts of stuff, free appetizers, free entrees, free drinks. And, of course, the last game of the night, we give away a $50 gift card for your next visit to the draft room at Berwick. So, yeah, if you haven't got a chance to try the draft room at Berwick, their food's amazing, really good because I eat it every Thursday, and it's really good, can confirm. So go ahead and come hang out tonight if you want to play yourself some bingo. Best thing about bingo, too, is you can literally just not pay attention half the time. You can only pay attention to the games that you actually want to win. And we usually have like a fun, like, a raucous crew of people that come play with us every single Thursday. So come hang. The draft room Berwick starting at 7 o'clock. So Mammoth WVH, which is Wolfgang Van Halen, Eddie's kid. That's his band's name, Mammoth WVH. They've actually added a bunch of shows to the second half of their tour here, and it looks like they're going to be kind of close to us. They're going to be playing in Knoxville, Tennessee on October 21st at the Mill and Mine, and then they're also going to be on the Shaky Knees Festival as well. So if you want to go see Mammoth WVH, you can go see them live if you're trying to get out of the house and actually go see some live music this year. When it comes to the weekend, Shang-Chi's coming out. Don't know if you guys have heard of that. That's the new Marvel film, MCU film. It's essentially like when it comes to like superpowers, the dude's just Bruce Lee. So to what I know, I don't know much, but he's got Bruce Lee type ninja karate skills. He's badass apparently, and the movie is apparently really good. It's gotten great reviews already that have already came out, but it officially comes out. I think they start doing screenings tonight at 7 o'clock at movie theaters. but it's only going to be in theaters for the first 45 days. And then after that, I think they may put it on Disney+. But if you want to go check out Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, that comes out tomorrow, or later tonight, excuse me. If you're looking to, once again, get out of the house for this Labor Day weekend and do something that's not looking at your family, and making them cheeseburgers all weekend. Speaking of getting out of the house, another reason to get out of the house is Saturday. So starting at 1 o'clock, we're going to have cake day. We're just going to serve ice cream cake to everyone at Debilation Brewing Company. And then obviously any one of you Horde members that hang out with us each and every morning, if you want to come out, grab yourself a piece of ice cream cake. The first 20 people there, we're just going to hook you up with a free beer. That's on us. Have some ice cream cake with us, hang out. And then we're going to go right into doing our fantasy draft right at 3 o'clock at Debilation Brewing Company. So if you're part of the fantasy football league that we're going to announce our first couple participants in, you can actually just come out to cake day and hang out. We can talk crap to each other while we're drafting our teams. So we have that going on Saturday. And then Sunday, I know I got some folks coming over to watch the AEWs, the wrestling. And then Monday, we're off the air. We're just taking the day to relax. So just a heads up programming note, we will not be on the air on Monday. Just taking the day off in celebration of the good old Labor Day. Anyone still hanging out on the chat, feel free to hashtag Ask the 8 Ball. Any questions leading into Labor Day? Don't worry, I'll get it started. How drunk off margaritas will I get on Sunday? Let's see. Will I get puke drunk or pass out drunk? I guess that's not really a good question for a Magic 8 Ball. Let's just say, will I get drunk off of margaritas on Sunday? Reply hazy, try again. I don't like that one. Come on. I know I'm, oh, come on. Outlook good. Okay, perfect. I think Sunday's going to be a margarita day. I mean, how else do you celebrate the American workforce? I'm going to drink a copious amount of tequila. That doesn't scream America right there. I don't know what does. Elaine, you got a great question. Hashtag Ask the 8 Ball. Will I win the lottery this weekend? So if you ask this question, you got to play, all right? None of this nonsense where you just want it to appear. Better not tell you now. I like that. I like that. A little intrigue to the weekend. Get your work stuff out of the way?
I did. Printed out the script for the Latin lunch. Ready to go.
Absolutely, Lane. Buy those tickets. I'll buy some too.
What are you getting tickets for?
The lottery.
Oh, okay.
Hashtag Ask the 8 Ball. Will I get the apartment clean before Mama Margaret's arrival tomorrow? Oh, that's a great question, Mac. Let's see. Most likely. Okay. I like the Ask the 8 Ball is actually pretty positive today. I'm just checking out the Georgia lottery. Speaking of the lottery, what's it up to? What are we looking at money-wise?
I haven't. Yeah, I don't know. All right, guys, don't forget Cake Day coming up on Saturday, 1 to 4. Or 1 to 1 o'clock. Debilation. 3 o'clock, we've got our fantasy draft, so FYI.
Where do you find what the lottery's up to? Let's see. Wanda has a Ask the 8 Ball question. Should me and the boss man go to a strip club? I actually love that idea. Personally, I would say yes, but let's have the Magic 8 Ball answer it. My reply is no. All right. Tony's no fun, man. I blame Tony for that answer. I say yes, go. There's a very sketchy strip club in Jacksonville near the Jacksonville Zoo. It's by the train tracks. You'll find it. Go to that one. Heard it gets weird there. Go during the day, though. Get yourself a steak.
Get yourself a steak.
Treat yourself. Well, if you play the Cash 4 Georgia Lottery, you can win up to $5,000. Drawings are held 3 times a day at 12:30, 7, and 11:30 p.m. So,
let's see. Do we have the Powerball? Do we have the Powerball in Georgia?
I think there is, yeah.
Estimated jackpot, $367 million.
That's what it's at right now?
Yeah, estimated. Next countdown is next drawing is over 2 days.
So Saturday nights, I'm guessing?
Something like that, yeah.
They still run the lottery like balls through the news, right? They still still do that?
know. I don't know if it's through the news or through sponsorship with the TV station that runs it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so it's $367 million. Cash value, $265 million.
I like that.
Yeah.
I will definitely I'll definitely not go to the store I said I wouldn't go to today and go buy tickets. Wanda says, rather than steak, the tuna. Definitely. All right. Mac has another question for the Magic 8 Ball. Let's ask it. Should I indulge in the 70 to 90% sale at Tanger Outlets this weekend? Also, will I ever find that Vita Ghost rug? Okay, one by one. Okay, should Mac go to the fancy sale at Tanger Outlets? Very doubtful. Uh-oh. Too many people. Get the Cocoa. All right, now let's answer that other question. Will Mac find that stupid ghost rug she wants? As I see it, yes. Okay, so stay home and shop online. Find your rug, but do not go out in person. You'll definitely get the Cocoa. And being that I'm going to see you on Saturday, do not go shopping.
All right, so we got a couple tunes coming up. Disturbed, Stupefy, get the Pearl Jam Even Flow. We'll talk fantasy football, reveal who's in the league as of now. 6 people are in, 6 more to go.
I'll choose the next 6 people a little after lunch today, and then they'll all get emails from me, my personal email address, at least my work one, and you'll get those emails to join the league. So you'll have today and tomorrow and most of Saturday to join in, get yourself locked and loaded for our draft on Saturday. Is A-Dub here yet?
His stuff was in the conference room, but like usual, I don't know where he's at.
He's outside.
Probably.
He's one of those guys that likes, he's got like 2 offices. He's got inside and outside. Did I ever tell you about my general manager in Las Vegas when I first moved there? His name's Tom Hum. His brother was actually a Super Bowl winning quarterback for the Raiders. Shoot. They won some Super Bowls back in the 70s.
Right.
His brother was passed away when I knew him, but he actually would wear his Super Bowl ring sometimes.
Oh, that's cool.
It was awesome. So, Tom Hum was the weirdest guy in the world. We lived in Las Vegas, obviously, and the building that we occupied was a business building. There's multiple businesses in it, but we had 2 floors.
Right.
So on the second floor, he would have his desk, but he actually sat outside in Vegas. No fans, and he had a patio table as his work table. He would just take his laptop out there.
Sure.
He refused to take an office. Kind of a weird guy, right?
Yeah.
And not only that, I mean, it's 115, 120 degrees.
That's the weirder part.
Yeah.
I mean, A-Dub hasn't taken an office in the 3 years he's been here.
Yeah, so Tom Hum, very cool guy. But he had those 2 weird things about him. One, he never took an office, and it was always 115 degrees out. He just sat on the patio every single day.
Yeah, that's weird.
And then he had an assistant. Her name was Jennifer, and she was the coolest lady on the planet. She would have to, at 2:30 p.m. every day, run to McDonald's and buy him a filet of fish. And he ate a late lunch every day.
Okay.
And he would eat a filet of fish, 2 of them.
Okay.
But he would actually take the other fish patty, and he'd do a double fish patty.
Oh.
And he would actually, with cheese, and he would eat that every day at 2:30 p.m. on the dot.
That's weird.
Little weird, right?
That is weird.
And that was my boss. But he was the coolest guy. Every time he walked out there, super accessible, obviously, because you'd walk by him all the time.
Right.
And just the coolest guy in the world.
How long was he there for?
I was there for 7 years. I would say he was there for the first 3.
Okay.
And then we had another guy that was there for just a year because he was a total F-up. And then we had another guy for 1 year because he was there for a minute, and then his wife died, so that kind of broke down real quick.
Sure.
And then I think I had the same boss for the last 2 years of my residency in Vegas.
Okay.
Lane, have a good conference call. Good luck with that. Yes, always trust the 8 ball, Andrew, without a doubt. If you have a question, please let me know. What are we looking at, like 5?
We've got about 6 minutes.
Okay. I'm going to take a quick break,
Sure.
and I'll be right back.
Sounds good. I am ready for the weekend. So I say bring it on. Week's gone by relatively quick. That is always a plus. But I'm definitely ready for it to be the weekend. Rid of that for now. Sorry, I'm trying to cram in some work in between stuff because I still got to catch up and do the countdown thing. So my apologies, guys. I am sorry. Where's that at? Oh, it's on the second page. Sorry, I know. Enthralling stuff as I go through our website. Yeah, open this up and then I'll let it go for a little bit. So we've got the countdown starts tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Crash will be hooking you up with all the stuff first, and then Billy. I think it'll be fun. I think you guys will dig it. It's been a lot of fun to put together. Hopefully you guys enjoy listening to it. How do I get rid of that? Duplicate, copy, reset, delete. There we go. Look at that. All right. So we got about 4.5 minutes, a little over, of Pearl Jam. We're going to hop into fantasy football. We'll let you know who's in for the first 6. And then we will have another 6. I think Marshall's going to draw those this afternoon. We'll announce those tomorrow. Our draft is going down, I want to say 3 o'clock on Saturday. Now, you can do it from the comfort of wherever, as long as you got a computer, phone, tablet, and the internet. But Marshall and I are just going to hang out after Cake Day out at Debilation Brewing, starting at 3. We'll be there for the draft. So if you want to come out to Debilation, if you make the cut, feel free to do so. And we'll be out there for an in-person draft, have a couple of beers, hang out. It'll be fun. So that is the plan there. All right. Got about 3 minutes. 3 minutes. We're back at it. There we go. 2.5 minutes, guys. 2.5 minutes. We've got this. We're going to talk about trying things to help remember people's names. I am the absolute worst, so I will apologize to each and every one of you right now. I will need to meet you about 10 times before your name's going to stick. It's nothing personal against you. It's my own inability to remember a name to save my life. So anytime I can get tips to help my cause there, I'm in. Not that they'll stick, but we'll see. Got about 2 minutes.
Okay. Just talk to A-Dub. He's going to let me spend some money. Not on our radio station.
Oh, okay. Sure. Oh, okay. The other thing. Yeah.
He's like, yeah, man, you can spend some money there. I'm like, oh, cool. What about Rock 106.1? He's like, nah.
Like I said, money making more in the show. Different story.
Andrew says, you should remember me, Andrew, with the wonky right eye. Can you just wear an eye patch, maybe? Be a lot cooler? Like a see-through one, maybe?
Yeah, no, I was just, because we're coming up with this ways to help remember names, and it's just like, it is like my kryptonite, remembering a person's name.
Mm-hmm.
I will have to meet people 10 times. Dawn, the salesperson that's no longer here, I learned her name right before she left.
Really?
It doesn't stick. Yeah.
Salespeople names are really easy for me because usually I do their business cards, and I have to communicate with them quite a bit via email at the beginning to get all their information. So their names are pretty easy.
Andrew, are you talking Cake Day? Cake Day on Saturday starts at 1 o'clock. Debilation Brewing. Ooh, 30 seconds. 30 seconds.
Thank you.
All right, guys, be right back. Just heard some Pearl Jam, and much like Metallica's Black Album, Pearl Jam's 30 years.
Is it really?
30 years.
Woo!
Coming up here in a few weeks, we'll have a specialty weekend in honor of that anniversary. All right, so fantasy football right around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
Kotter and Marshall League Fantasy Football Draft is coming up this Saturday at 3 o'clock. So we've got to start announcing people who are going to be in this league so they can get ready for the big season ahead of them.
That's right. And you still have a chance to join in on the league. If you go to rock1061.com, you can still enter for your chance. Now, we're going to choose 12 people total to play fantasy football with us this year. The person that does the best through the playoffs, they're going to score themselves a pair of passes to welcome to Rockville in 2022.
All right. So you selected the first 6 people yesterday. Do they know they're in yet?
Those people do not know.
Oh.
Yeah, this is an announcement for them, and then I will actually email them here just after the show today.
All right, so the first person in the league, Mike, is it Love Chio?
I have no idea.
It's an awesome-looking name. Mike Lovechio. His team name, We Are Not Marshall, thank God.
Well, whoa. Shots fired immediately? Right out the gate?
Talking smack, and he wasn't even in the league yet.
Ooh.
And he was talking smack.
All right. Well, congratulations to him. He's joining our fantasy football league this year, the Kotter and Marshall Fantasy Football League. Let's also include and welcome Michael Locklear. He is going with Pure Revenge as his fantasy football team name. So congratulations on joining the Kotter and Marshall League.
Marcus Nettles, also in the league, and I love his team name, the Hardy Villains. I think that is an excellent team name. I'm down for that. Welcome, Marcus.
Now, let's also welcome Gregory Peed with the Falcoholics as his team name this year into the Kotter and Marshall League. Congratulations on joining. Good luck to you.
I think the big guy is a Falcoholic.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, he's can't stop.
He's chugging on the teat of that falcon. Do the falcons produce milk? I'm not for sure.
We've got Greg. I'm guessing it's 2 G's. This is Greg Geiger. He's a member of the Horde.
This is.
I'm sorry. Maybe the best name so far out of the 6. Dino Dong is never wrong.
Yeah, that's a Horde inside joke question that I asked yesterday. I really got into. Well, that's another story for another day.
Another time.
And then finally, for the last position as of today, Chris Wagner is joining the Kotter and Marshall Fantasy Football League. His team name, Stackin' Ships.
All right, so we're going to select the last 6. You said after lunch today?
Yeah, right around lunchtime. So you have now until like 12-ish to get your name in the running. We've gotten dozens upon dozens of people that have entered this. So we only have 6 positions left for you guys to join the Kotter and Marshall Fantasy Football League. So good luck.
All right, coming up next, we're going to talk about ways to help you remember names. If I say you, I mean me. Because me remembering people's names, like I just said off air, is my kryptonite. I'm so bad about it. So if I ever meet you for like the 2nd, 3rd, 20th time and I don't remember your name, it is nothing personal. It is purely my inability to process information.
Yes. Kotter's very slow, among other things.
All right, so we'll give you some tips on how to remember names. After this, Volbeat, Wait a Minute, My Girl, Kotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
Actually, you know what I just noticed? Your voice is better now.
It is.
Yeah, what's up with that?
I don't know.
What's going on with you?
I'm falling apart, man.
Are you going through late man puberty? Are you going through menopause? Is that what it's called?
Maybe.
Is your voice just going to keep getting higher and higher now?
Possibly.
He's going through reverse puberty. We got a we got a phone call. Let's take it.
We got about a minute 45.
Yeah,
so
let's see who's going.
quick.
Don't tell me, tell them.
Rock 106.1, hello.
Hey, it's Charles again.
Hey, what's up, man?
What up, man?
I got about a minute and a half.
Okay, so real quick, we always dealing with drama in my business, right?
Right.
So I pull up to this job site after trivia, and there's cop cars everywhere. So I get out and I see one of the officers I've known for years. So I say, hey, man, what's going on? He said, well, the two cooks in there in the restaurant got into a fight. I was like, okay.
Yes.
They said one of them cracked the other one on the head with a frying pan.
Yes.
So we're sitting there talking, and the detective comes out, and he goes, here, I got the security video. Let's check it out.
Yes.
So these two dudes are standing in the kitchen, and you can see they're kind of jawing back and forth. All of a sudden, the other one of them just loses it and goes over there and just hauls, a full swing, hits my man in the back of the head with a frying pan.
Oh, Charles, can you tell us what restaurant that was?
I'll just say it's on the 200 block of East Factors Walk.
Oh, okay. Wow. All right. Okay, I think we could figure that one out.
So one of them went to the hospital, one of them went to jail.
Oh, dude. Oh, that's
so
an
guess
awesome
what?
story.
They don't have any cooks now.
Nope.
Whoops. Well, Charles, thanks for calling, man. We got to jump.
Yeah, guys, see ya.
Thanks, man. That's awesome. We'll save that. No matter what I do, I just struggle at remembering people's names. We'll have salespeople that come in 3 months, 4 months before I will remember that person's name. I don't know what it is. And every time I meet somebody new, in the back of my mind, I'm going, remember the name, remember the name. 5 seconds after I meet him, it's gone.
Yeah, it depends on the person. Like if it's a casual encounter, maybe they know me from the radio, or maybe they know me from they just seen me before. If I think in my head, well, I'm probably never going to see this person again. They could say their name, and I will immediately forget it, like 5 seconds later. Unless I go, Jim, Jim, very nice to meet you, I will completely forget your name.
All right, so according to a survey, 65% of people said that if they forget someone's name, they just don't use it. And that's my go-to.
You're so good at doing that.
I just won't use the name, and it's fine.
Yesterday, we did an interview, or 2 days ago, we did an interview with Lee Kakati of Pop Evil. Now, we didn't know how quite to say his last name.
Correct.
And when he told us, you wrote it down. I saw you wrote it down.
I tried to write it down pronunciation-wise.
Yeah, and then you still avoided it like the plague during the interview because you were like, I don't want to screw this up. I feel like you're mentally, you were like, I'm not going to be that guy.
No, I mean, because he told us what it was, and in my head, it was Lee Kakati, beforehand, and not Kakati.
Right.
So I'm like, I will not get this right during the interview. So I was like, I just don't need to say it. Because I had watched some previous interviews with him. Nobody else said his last name either. It was all just Lee. So I'm like, I'm just going to roll with that. That's fine. I can't do it. So like I said, if we meet and it's the 20th time we've met and I don't remember your name, it's me, it's not you. But here are some tips on how to maybe help remember people's names. Number one, and this is my problem, focus. Just plain old focus. Don't let yourself get distracted by something, including your own social anxiety. If you're really in the moment, you won't forget so easily.
I don't think I really ever suffer too much from social anxiety. Yeah. It's just like, if I meet you, and no offense, if you have boobs, I probably forgot your name. I'm sorry.
Keep it a classic.
I'm sorry. Well, guys, if you know me at all, that's 100% spot on.
That is true.
Yeah.
No, I mean, mine isn't social anxiety. Mine is more just, I don't know, I'm somewhere in my own head. You say your name, and I'll be like, I was, and I forgot it already. And it's that quick sometimes to me. It's really sad.
Yeah.
It's really sad.
Unless you have a really interesting name. If you're just another Matt or Chris or Jim, probably going to forget it.
Number 2, repeat their name back to them immediately. Say something like, nice to meet you, Tom. Really helps your brain process it.
I do that, and I still forget it.
Yeah.
That's just how dumb I am, I guess.
I've never done that before. Maybe it's something I should do. Number 3, this is something I've tried lately, but I can't say it necessarily works. Associate it with something meaningful to you. So if the name's Tom and, Tom Cat, your favorite actor is Tom Hanks. So I've tried it, but then all I think of is Tom Hanks. I'm not thinking of the person.
Well, that's the thing is, if I meet someone, their name's Tom, and I'm trying to correlate their name with something, I'm not listening to them.
Yeah,
they could be literally saying anything in the conversation at that point. They'd be like, yeah, I'm the one who murdered your father back in 1967. I'd be like, all right, cool, Tom Hanks.
Well, yeah, and that's just it. Now you know their name, but you have no idea what they look like. You're not paying any attention to it.
Nope.
Number 4, form a mental image between the person and your association. Like if the name is Victoria and it reminds you of Queen Victoria, picture them wearing a crown. The sillier, the better, because silly things are more memorable.
No, not doing that one. That's a lot of work.
So I just need to remember with everybody with like penises growing out of their heads.
Wow.
I mean, it said silly.
So everyone's just a unicorn to you?
Ooh, a big penis unicorn. Number 5 on this list.
Name your sex tape.
of ways to help remember people's names. Connect their appearance to their name. Like maybe Victoria's wearing a V-neck sweater. The V alone might help.
That's the problem. That's why I'm never remembering Victoria's name. She could be wearing a V-neck sweater, and I'm looking at something completely different and thinking of something completely different.
And finally, on this list of ways to help you remember people's names when you meet them, keep repeating their name. Say it again in conversation a few minutes later, then again as you're saying goodbye, and maybe even to yourself on the car ride home. Repeating it over and over helps with long-term memory.
But that helps you, but doesn't that make the conversation weird? If I'm just like, Kotter. And at some point, wouldn't you be like, shut up and stop saying my name?
I've taken recently, if it's somebody I run into on a semi-regular basis, can never remember the name, I put it in my notes on the phone, and then I'll give a description of what they look like.
Okay.
Or where I saw them last.
Break out your phone and give me a couple of the names and descriptions.
I don't think I have any in here right now.
Yeah.
So.
What would you be like? Allison, big butt.
No, I mean, so I had one. So we the couple. Now I can't remember the name because I deleted it from my phone.
Yep.
The couple that used to live out on Tybee that we went to their house for the football thing years ago for the Super Bowl. We went out. I would run into them after that all over the place. I never remember the name. Finally, I ran into them at service. Put their name in my phone, and I put service Super Bowl. So then anytime I saw them, I'm like, oh, I know who they are. I put them to my phone, but I deleted it, so I couldn't tell you what the names are right now.
Yeah, see, that's your problem. That's why you keep forgetting names. You're sabotaging yourself.
So once again, I'm just a blanket flat apology to everybody in the Low Country and Coastal Empire. Chances are, I'm going to forget your name.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
His kids moved out of his house. He honestly called them something totally different from their names the other day in front of me. I swear to God.
Coming up next, we're going to get to Marshall's music news. Stick around as Kotter and Marshall rock on his 6-1.
Jamie? Ella. My name is Ella, Dad. Oh, shit. Of course it is. All right.
Wanda, I got your name. Wanda's name I got.
Yeah, I feel very confident in Horde members and their names, faces for the most part.
I'm getting there.
I'll know the majority of them because I mean, I'm on the chat side on the side of the desk, and I see all of your faces, at least your profile pics, all the time. Andrew may be a little different because he shaved his beard. If he had his beard, I feel very confident in recognizing him.
Oh, Andrew, what do you do to me, man?
All right, so hold on. I got to figure out. So Charles called in just before the break. Great story about.
I'm going to save this. We may use that later.
Great story. Immediately, I thought Boar's Head, right? Is that technically on Factor's Walk?
I don't know.
Let's see. Bob's your uncle. Is that the shrimp?
No, that's a store. That's a gift shop.
Shrimp Factory, Spanky's, a Lizzie's Burger and Bar. Well, that's kind of it. Okay, we're down to those 3.
When is the last time you've been to River Street?
I was down there a few weeks ago. I went and actually, funny enough, I went and had a drink with Chris and his wife.
Okay. Yeah, it has been a long time since I've been down to River Street.
Yeah, it's been a few weeks probably since I've been down there.
Which store are you doing first?
Probably going to go with Pop Evil. Going to talk about the dudes from Pop Evil. They have a new video game. Lee didn't even talk about it. I guess it's been out for a few days now.
Yeah, bring that stuff up, man.
Liquid. Let me see. Hold on. Oh, I erased it. No, I don't think you initially made the first round of names. I, of course, deleted it from my thing. Hold on. Let me bring it back. No, you did not. Our first names for our fantasy football league, we have 3 M's. We have Michael Lovchio, Michael Locklear, and Marcus Nettles. We also have Gregory Peed, Greg G, and Chris Wagner. They are the first 6 names for the Kotter and Marshall Fantasy Football League. Now, I'm going to choose 6 more coming up here at about 1 o'clock today, and those will be the final names that will join our league. We'll announce them tomorrow as well. So I guess tomorrow on the show log, you can add in Chris Jericho at 8 a.m. and fantasy football. We can throw that in there at some point, too. Rhett says, me. We'll see if you make the league, my friend. Oh, Charles just flat out told us it was 2 cracked eggs. No, come on. That was just a joke, actually. You son of a bitch. I fell right into it. Because the skillet, head, cracked eggs. I get it. What a great story, man.
Yeah, that's funny.
We should get those guys on and see if we can moderate a solution to their problem.
We'll definitely use that call somewhere down the line.
Where have you ever gotten so mad at someone that you'd want to crack him in the head with a skillet?
No.
Like physically, have you ever physically got into a fight in the last 30 years?
I don't know if I've ever physically gotten into a fight.
Ever?
Mm-mm.
I have.
Yeah, I don't.
People just love hitting me.
What is it? Why? Yeah, I don't know if I don't think I've ever gotten into a fight. Need to join a fight club.
How you know you're alive, or shortly dead afterwards. Oh, Charles goes, no, for real, 2 cracked eggs. Well, that's just irony in its best form right there.
All right, so we've got about a minute or so left in commercials, and then we'll get to some Incubus, and we'll jump into some Marshall's Music News.
Let's see. I technically have like 2-ish stories about Metallica. They're they're obviously very different.
Right.
One's about whiskey, one's about music. I'll split them up. How about this? I'll do Metallica first, unless you are already set.
I can move it. That's
okay.
fine.
Let's do Metallica first. I'm going to dive into the story about Lars Ulrich's kids. Then I'll do Pop Evil. Then I'll do the Master of Whiskey series story.
Okay. Let's go with Ain't My Bitch.
Let's see. Wanda said I got into a fist fight with my older brother, and he was drunk. He did a cheap shot and pulled my shirt over my head. What is he, a hockey player? He pulled his shirt over your head and just like uppercut you? What a dick. Cheap. That would be the best tactic ever. All right. So if you got into a fist fight with your sister, you don't have a sister.
No.
Obviously, but pretend you did.
Okay.
So let's say you and your sister got into an argument. Let's say you were very drunk and you were in a fist fight with your sister. Let's just say this happens. Let's say your sister just rips off her top completely. Wouldn't that stop you from fighting her?
God, yes.
Exactly. So, I mean, I don't know what was going on there, Wanda, but I feel like you should have just gotten naked in front of your brother.
I'd been like,
You immediately ran away.
Yeah. Don't need that.
Food for thought. It's definitely a high thought. I mean, not as high as the dinosaurs and dicks thought I was having yesterday, but Dino Dong is never wrong. Classic. I actually did temporarily switch my name to Dino Dong is Never Wrong to my personal fantasy football league.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, last night. I'm like, that's so good. I'm gonna use it temporarily. Probably through the draft, and then I'm going to switch it to
Every year, I'm like, I'm going to switch out my name. Never do. CM Punt and Roddy Punter.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why both of the puns have to be punts, but that just worked out that way. All right, we got about 3:43 left in Incubus. Story about Metallica, or at least Lars's kids play some Metallica.
Did you get? I don't know if you listened to any of their stuff, but did you listen to it?
I didn't.
They're really good. Man.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
They have a very much like Black Keys, Jack White Stripes vibe to them,
I like
and
that.
it's really cool.
Okay, that's cool.
Wanda, what a story that must have been. If you want, I mean, maybe we can curtail Charles's story into a bit tomorrow. Think about that when we're putting together a show tomorrow, because that could be kind of fun.
Yeah.
Maybe, have you ever gotten into a work fight, a work meltdown?
Right.
Something to the effect of that. It could be.
Have any good stories?
I mean, we'll have About Last Night in the first hour, which pretty much takes the first hour. 7 o'clock, we'll have our call in, which I know you already have scheduled.
Mm-hmm.
Top of the 8 o'clock. So it could be at the bottom of 7.
Yeah.
That's like really the only spot. Bottom of 7, or we can keep it for Tuesday.
Yeah.
But let's use that. Let's use that sooner than later, because I mean,
that's right.
It may make the news.
Yeah, that's true. What's the guy's name for
Travis
names?
Travis Jowden.
Travis Jowden.
I can't 100% verify that's how you pronounce his last name. I'm like 99% sure.
He'll come in and pronounce it differently, and then I'll say Jowden the entire interview.
Yeah. Joustin? I love that video game.
Yeah, tomorrow's show is writing itself.
Yeah, it'd be actually kind of cool if, it'll take the news a while to kind of hang on to that.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what the rundown looks like.
It's pretty much a packed show tomorrow. Chris Jericho, beer for breakfast, About Last Night, trivia.
Oh, shoot, man. All right. No sleep yesterday's is catching up.
Don't worry, I'll carry the rest of the show. I am bouncing out pretty quickly after the show today.
Yeah, that's fine.
I've already talked to Aaron in regards to what I need to talk to him about, so I'm going to get out of here. And unless you got an email from Randy, I haven't seen anything from Randy in regards to that shift of time.
I haven't seen anything yet either, so.
Andrew says I could talk about my fights. I'll have to create another account and be anonymous. Tomorrow, it'll be either tomorrow or Tuesday. We'll bring that up, but I think that's a great topic.
No, I like it. I'm trying to think. If I had anything crazy happen, but I've told that story. I had the guy who stole everything at work.
Yep,
just from crazy stuff at work. But I'm trying to think of any fights at work that I can think of.
Yeah, you know what? How about this? Let's save it for Tuesday because tomorrow is pretty full anyway.
Yeah,
except for like 2 slots there. And then, quick programming note for everyone still left on the chat. We are switching up Chicks on Dudes and Explain the Bachelor. So Explain the Bachelor, because of Monday Night Football, is switching to Tuesdays. We'll be flip-flopping. So Chicks on Dudes will now go to 9 o'clock on Tuesdays, and Explain the Bachelor will be 9 o'clock on Wednesdays.
All right, guys, be right back. Big thank you to everybody hanging out on air and on the stream today. Always appreciate it. Right now it's time for story number 1, Marshall's Music News.
So Lars Ulrich's kids, Miles and Lane Ulrich, have launched a new band called Taipei Houston. Now, if I had to describe their vibe as a band, they got kind of like a White Stripes, Black Keys vibe to them.
I like that.
And it's actually pretty cool. So they started back in April of 2020, where they just kind of put out a few covers. So they covered the Beatles classic Eleanor Rigby. They did the whichever bird song, Blackbird, Bluebird. They did one of those.
Blackbird.
Yeah, that's it. from them as well. So Lars Ulrich talking about his son, saying, obviously, there's been some incredible versions of Eleanor Rigby along the way, but I'm pretty sure there's never been one that's kind of like the sound that my kids have put out with the energy and madness. I was like, you know what, boys? You done me proud. So let's see. Miles is 23. Lane is 20. They're both going to school. One's on the West Coast, one's on the East Coast, but they're still getting together and doing some music. And honestly, it's really good. Like I said, it's very interesting stuff. So check out Taipei Houston. You can find them on Instagram. And they put up a few videos of their covers and a little snippet of one original song. They haven't put out anything officially, but maybe worth keeping your eyes on these kids.
All right, story number 2 coming up after this. Metallica, it's Ain't My Bitch. Kotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
Let's see. Thomas says, just saying I hate hospitals. I don't think anyone likes hospitals. Not a great place to be right now. Charles says, I didn't fight too much, but when I did, I won. I don't really believe that. I feel like Charles seems like a pretty level-headed guy in his older age. Not trying to say you're old, but you are. I feel like Charles was probably a hothead growing up. Football player. I mean, this guy was probably the definition of jackassery as a younger man.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm guessing even if he was, doesn't mean he got into a fight, because I'm guessing, or got in a lot of fights, because I'm guessing people are like, nope, I don't need to mess with that.
Yeah, I feel like his tolerance for dumb shittery, once again, look that word up. It's in the dictionary. Was very low. So I feel like he had to smack a bitch or two. Just saying. I feel like he's not telling us everything. Let's see. Liquid says, I fought too much. Didn't always win. Didn't always lose. All right. So at this point, you're like the Conor McGregor of your career, like 50-50, possibly. Red says, I've been in several work fights, not with coworkers, but with dumb drunks or those who fought the law and the law won.
I can imagine, man. Holy crap.
Red, I don't know if you can answer this or not, but have you ever deployed your taser at an individual? I just want to know. I think it'd be kind of cool. I don't care about the gun, because that's terrifying. But, like, tasers are fun.
Would you come in and tase Marshall?
That I can already answer for him. He will say yes. Rhett would literally, the best day on his job, Rhett would come in here and just utterly tase me. Talk about an April Fool's Day. What you should do is just bring Rhett in here without even anything. Like, you just give him the door code and he just walks in and tases me.
And then leaves.
Unhooks him and just walks out. And we're like, what the hell? And you're like, April Fools. What?
No, I would never do that, because I would not give you carte blanche to get me back unaware. Because
okay.
I'm sorry, I'm not going to get tased.
That you know of.
I can't answer it. Yes, I've hit several guys with the taser.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is it difficult to hit them? Like, how would you say your percentage is when hitting dudes with the taser? Like, are you 100? Are you 100%? You can't hit all the time, right?
I've tased someone, not a cop. Nice.
Hashtag not a cop.
All right, 2 minutes, guys. 2 minutes.
Thomas says, no work fights. I am mostly a calm dude. Yeah, we all are. That's why we're not in jail right now. All right, coming up next, got a story on Pop Evil. Kakati, like karate.
All right, 90 seconds. All right, just over a minute.
Why are you doing the countdown like we're going to launch a rocket ship here in a second?
Because maybe we are.
30 seconds. 25 seconds. 10 seconds.
Going way too fast.
You are the master of time. Where it says, well, we are always close quarters, so it's pretty easy to hit them. The taser shoots 2 prongs, so sometimes only one will land and the other prong will bounce off. But most of the time, it's a good taser shot. Nice.
That's awesome.
All right, so career-wise, you're above 80? Would you say 80%?
Percentage?
Yeah. That's why I'm curious. I'm not great at numbers, so I don't know why I'm asking this question, but I'm just curious. Which is 80%? You're probably shooting with the taser?
I got about 20 seconds.
Do you think there's a cop who's hit like a 100% lifetime taser rate?
I would say yes.
Due to clothing.
I mean, I guess the question is there a minimum? If like only one shot he's 100%, do you really can't? It's like, batting averages, you got to have at least so many at-bats before it really counts.
Is there a guy on the force that's never hit it that you laugh at?
Probably. All right, guys, be right back. All right, it's time for story number 2, Marshall's Music News.
So Pop Evil are obviously very busy. They were just in town this past Tuesday doing a show at Victory North. Lee Kotter, like karate, he was in studio with us. That video interview is going to be available this morning, so you'll be able to check it out on our YouTube channel. But Pop Evil also has recently put out a new computer video game called The Cube. That's right, The Cube. You can head over to game.popevil-versatile.com, and you can see if you can beat the band's high scores as you solve a scrambled digital Rubik's Cube that gets more complex in each level. Now, Lee says in this interview, over the last few weeks, I played the hell out of this game during my COVID isolation. Just a warning, everyone, it's not an easy game to nail down. And good luck beating Haley's score. She currently has the highest score on the bus. So she is absolutely the champion of the brand new game for Pop Evil called The Cube, which you can play online right now. Game.popevil-versatile.com.
So I suck at Rubik's Cube. Now you're going to throw in a digital video game version of this.
Mm-hmm.
I would be bad. I mean, really, really bad.
Yeah, I'm interested in checking this out. Now, I haven't had a chance to play it yet, but without a doubt, today at some point, I will. How about this? I will play the game and I'll do a quick review on the stream of our show. Make sure to check it out, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch tomorrow.
All right, got one more story to go in Marshall's Music News. Then we're out of here. It is the Kotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
Yeah, I have the taser. Like I have a shock collar, but I don't have I've never tased someone before.
You say that but I will.
I feel like I need to, right? Some people feel like they have to jump out of an airplane. Some people feel like they need to bungee jump. I feel like sometimes, it's just on a bucket list. Like you should just tase someone.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like as a kid, running from the cops. Like I did that when I was a kid. It was awesome. Like that's off the bucket list. I don't have to worry about doing that as an adult now. I feel like crimes as an adult is much different than crimes as a kid. But that one's off the bucket list. Been to another country, off the bucket list. Seen some of my favorite bands, off the bucket list.
Sure.
Tase someone while they're running away from me, probably on the bucket list.
All right. Commercials. I believe new Chevelle. Yep. Mars Simula.
The one with the egregiously long outro.
It's lengthy.
It's lengthy. Andrew says, get a taser. I'll let you tase me on Torture Tuesday or something because I am dumb. Oof.
I love
that idea.
There's some waivers there.
Yeah, there's definitely going to need to be a waiver there. But I love that.
Because he's not tasing me.
That you know of. Once again, that you know of. I'm not tasing you.
No, I'm not getting tased.
Currently. What are you going to do? You going to block it? I'm going to take a taser. I'm going to shoot you. And you're going to be like wax on, wax off and just move the tasers out of the way?
No, because you wouldn't do that. So.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You don't know.
Yeah.
What if I hired a guy to do it?
No, because it's still.
And then you wouldn't know it's me. If
some random effort just comes up and tases me, I'm gonna be like, how much did he have to pay you? I'm gonna know it's you.
Would you rather be tased with the stun gun tased or the shoot tased?
Neither.
If you had to prefer a tase, what would you have to prefer one of them?
No.
No, now you're shutting down. Which one? Which one would you rather be?
I don't want either taste. Neither.
Andrew says, I'll sign a waiver. Maybe chase me and Kotter through the parking lot. Charles says, I've grabbed so many hot wires, I'm not sure if a taser would even be devastating to me or not.
Yeah.
I always love the videos where it's like the egregiously like high or drunk guy and the cops shoot him with a taser and he's just like, what the fuck? And he's just saying there and he still comes after him. Because tasers on some people don't work, and those people have superpowers.
Yeah, that's crazy to me for people that can withstand that.
How many watts is a taser?
I have no idea.
Better be more than the charging story we did earlier today.
I hope so.
Stun guns and the original 5 to 7 watt taser gun. Now, that was in the 70s. Let's see. How much does a taser use? Stun guns, which have been used by law enforcement for decades, can temporarily immobilize a person by jolting them with 50,000 volts of electricity. Okay, so that's the same as the charging your iPad. Yeah. All right. That's not bad. So, like, getting shot by a taser is the equivalent of, like, putting a lightning cord up your ass.
How much was it again?
It says 50,000 volts electricity. Is it the same? No, watts is different. Oh, watts. Yeah, volts is different.
Yeah. I was like, no, it's not the same thing.
So it wouldn't be the same as like putting 2 lightning cords up your butt. Not a math guy, but I'm pretty sure that's correct.
Kotter would piss or shit himself if he hit him with, yeah, totally.
Which one?
Both, probably. It can never happen after I've eaten like a bunch of green chilies.
It'd be too easy. It'd come out too easy.
Green chilies, couple cups of coffee, taser.
What's more embarrassing, pissing or shitting yourself?
I think shitting yourself.
I guess the situation.
I mean, I think because, yeah, it's
both have visual evidence.
They do, but I mean, I guess there's a smell to both, but one's obviously way worse.
Yeah,
and is messier. It's got to be pooping yourself.
Yeah. Huh.
I mean, peeing yourself eventually, could dry. You could be a little bit more noticeable.
Yeah.
Crapping yourself, it's not drying. It's not going away.
Game change. Yeah, I guess that's really a night ender when you're talking about pooping yourself.
Yeah. I mean, you pee yourself.
Yeah.
Let it dry. You're fine.
Well, I kind of pooped myself. I sharted once in a bar. I told you that story. Yeah. Sharted once in a bar. I recovered from it fairly easily. No one even knew.
Yeah.
I was down a pair of boxer shorts at that point. Wanda says pooping would be the worst because you ain't cool if you don't pee your pants. That is 1,000% correct. Yeah, I guess pooping would be way worse now that I think about it.
All right, we got about 10 seconds in the commercials, and then it's Chevelle, Mars Simula, 4 minutes, and then final story of the day.
Total time? Total time of all that, what you just said?
4 minutes.
Exactly?
No.
Okay. Well, I can't work like
now,
this.
4 minutes.
Okay, good. Jesus Christ.
I had to wait until the math was easier.
So the next story I'm doing here in about 3.5 minutes is about Metallica and their new whiskey series. So they've teamed up with two folks here. Okay. I guess actually one is from theirs. They have their own kind of whiskey joint called Blackened. And they teamed up with a place called Willet Distillery. And what they did to make this whiskey, I mean, it sounds incredible.
Okay.
It sounds incredible.
Did you ever have the Blackened?
No, that's one I haven't, but this new series is very, very interesting. Now, unfortunately, you can't ship alcohol to Georgia, so
yeah.
I have before shipped alcohol to my friend's house in Florida and went and picked it up because Georgia has the dumbest alcohol laws ever, as you all know. So, yeah, we're going to talk about that, and I think if that's a possibility, I would be interested in buying a bottle. It is a little pricey, but I'll talk about that here in just a few moments.
Okay, 2.5 minutes.
Andrew says, did you all see that they brought back the One Chip Challenge? I've been seeing them in gas stations. The package is a different color. It is still the same thing. Yeah, So they brought back, I think it's like version 3.1 or something. So the packaging is like black and yellow this time. But yeah, it's just your typical one chip challenge. Should cost around, I don't know, $8 to $12 depending on where you go. They first sold that thing for $6.
Yeah.
The very first version. And they're like, oh, yeah, we could sell this for a lot more.
Yeah.
But, Andrew, we are doing a one-chip challenge for our first Torture Tuesday, although it's a little different.
Yeah, my thing, the only advice I can give with the one chip, just make sure it's not stale. I mean, that was the grossest part of it when I had because one of them was just, and for whatever reason, I mean, that's what made me almost puke more than anything.
Andrew goes, I'll buy one. Bring it to you. Taser flies out of the box. Kotter shits himself live on the air.
Everybody wins. Everybody wins.
That's content we deserve. We don't need. We deserve that content.
All right, 90 seconds. All right. Sorry.
Go to bed already. Jesus Christ, man. Just turn the mics on and leave.
See you later.
All right, once again, on the show tomorrow, 8 a.m., Chris Jericho will have that interview play, and then you'll be able to watch our Zoom call interview with Chris Jericho fully unedited live on our YouTube. I'm going to upload it and make it available tomorrow as soon as we get done airing portions of it on the air. So, Chris Jericho. It's been about 20-ish minutes with him.
Yeah.
It was nice talking to him. He was just getting up in the morning, drinking, I'm pretty sure, his first, maybe second cup of coffee. But the man wakes up super early in the morning. He gets up and at him. I saw him tweet at about 5 a.m. this morning. So,
oh, jeez.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Under 30 seconds, final break of the day.
The one chip challenge is a ghost pepper tortilla chip, Charles. It is horrific.
Yeah, it's gross.
And we've done it many times.
Yeah, we're stupid. All right, be right back. All right, before we get out of here, one more time, Marshall's Music News.
So, Blackened American Whiskey, which I know I already have your attention, has unveiled its new Masters of Whiskey series with the inaugural release of the Blackened and Willet Kentucky Straight Rye Whiskey finished in Madeira cask. Now, this bottle looks amazing. It comes in like almost a pure flat black finish with some nice red accents. Now, the expression of this whiskey is a result of a collaboration between Rob Dietrich of Blackened, which is Metallica's kind of whiskey people, and then Drew Kulsveen of Willet Distillery. Now, this thing sounds amazing. Now, what they did was they put it all together, and then they finished off in barrels that were pummeled by low-hurt frequencies of Metallica's music. Now, this music playlist was curated by Lars Ulrich himself. So the playlist included For Whom the Bell Tolls, Master of Puppets, King Nothing, goes on to Welcome Home, Dyer's Eve, Broken, Beaten, Scarred, Alice Rise of Wolf and Man, One, and then finishes off with Inner Sandman. So these things were aged with a low-frequency Metallica playlist. Now, this bottle of Blackened whiskey that's a very fancy, coming in limited quantities, is about $140.
Holy!
And is available very soon for order. Now, once again, you can't order alcohol and have it shipped to Georgia because our laws are so awesome. Why would we ever want alcohol shipped to our house? That sounds like an inconvenience. I'd much rather drive to go get it. But this sounds very, very cool. And I'm okay with spending $140 for this. I want this bottle.
What does the music stuff actually do? I mean, is there any scientific proof to it?
It's like putting a pair of earphones on your pregnant wife's belly. You know?
Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's like listen to this Slayer and be metal as hell as you come out into this world, kid.
All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up. Coming up tomorrow on the show, going to air our interview with Chris Jericho. That happens at 8 o'clock. Great stuff from the Demo God. Also going to be joined by Travis Jowden. He's from the podcast Hot Grits, local podcast.
Yep.
Award-winning podcast.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we have a lot in common.
He's going to join us for beer for breakfast. And, of course, About Last Night, Marshall's Music News, all the other good stuff as well. So thank you guys for hanging out today. As always, we appreciate it. We'll talk to you tomorrow morning at 6. Kotter and Marshall, Rock 106.1.
Charles says, Brock bought me a bottle of Slipknot whiskey. It's shipped to the house. Really? Yeah, I mean,
I was not able to purchase beer and have it shipped to Georgia. Like it was due to laws. It wasn't due to any other fact that Georgia was not allowed to have that shipped. I don't know how you got that, but good for Brock. All right, guys, have a good rest of your day. Good luck with your Thursdays. We'll see you tomorrow, 6 a.m. Obviously, Chris Jericho on the air at 8 a.m. We'll have the video interview shortly up afterwards, and Travis will be in for beer for breakfast. Till then, peace.
See you guys.